I'm sorry, which show again do you do? You
Yeah.
do 7 Out or 360? You
Yeah, I
do.
actually put it in my description
Oh,
there.
I
I
see that.
wanted
I
to
see it there.
wanted to make
Mark,
sure people didn't think I was Dr.
is that
Mike, so I put my
is that
name and the show. Yeah.
Deval? Mark
Yeah.
Deval?
Duvall. Just say
Deval.
Duvall and you're
Oh,
fine. Yep.
just the Deval. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Mark? Is that? I suppose Mark with a K is never short for anything.
Not it's not short for anything. I've been called other things, but that's my name. That's the name on the gift that's the name on the gift certificate, and it's the name on my birth
Name
certificate.
him on the gift certificate.
Yeah, it says Mark Duvall on the gift certificate.
Do people do personalized gift certificates anymore? I think
I don't think gift certificates even exist anymore. All
I
right,
don't.
they're gift cards.
I think local restaurants still do gift certificates,
All
like
right.
super local restaurants.
Okay.
I think. Mark Duvall from You Can Bet on That. How the hell are you?
Very good. Thank you. How did I manage to become I didn't think I was going to be your first guest.
Yeah,
Everything you sent out earlier, I was like second or third,
you were
so
third.
suddenly here I am. What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah, you were power hitter. You were power hitter
Wow.
coming in at
Amazing.
3. But Adam, the diva, like, look, I don't know if I can make it
Oh
on
God, Adam.
time.
He's still going to show up?
Well, I mean, we'll see, right?
We'll
Who can
see.
really
No.
tell? Yeah.
Right.
And then Vito, he's having he's having technical problems. I mean, so Mark, when you only podcast twice a year, it's tough to keep up with your
That's
podcast.
right. You forget. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't blame him. He forgot how to podcast. He forgot how to audio.
Yeah. All right, Mark. What like you're someone who I think you and I have less catch. One of the reasons why you were a little further back is you and I speak on a more regular basis
That's
than
true.
I do with Vito and Adam.
Yeah.
But I suppose we can start with how has 2021 served you at the tables thus far?
Very well. Yes. In fact, I think I have not had a losing session yet. If you count free play, I think I mentioned last year how big free play was for me.
Yes.
That I was quite a bit down just strictly gambling, but the free play really helped, and that's been the case this year. So it's off to a great start. And on behalf of Dr. Mike too, who unfortunately can't be here today, he works, but he is having a good year too. He's up, so it's been going great for us at the tables. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Even sports betting has been good. I stopped betting on college basketball because that was the drain, and I'm just sticking with pro. So basically NBA and NHL, and now we're looking good.
You know what I've learned with college basketball, and like everybody, like NFL is the hardest to beat. It's the most efficient market, whatever. I have found though with recreational bettors that college basketball is the most difficult to figure out because there's so many games, because it's more volatile. There's less hard information being put in front of you for you to sort of glean. I have stopped almost completely. Like March Madness is like the only time I get involved with college basketball. Otherwise, I leave it alone.
Yeah, you're right. There are too many games. If you just focused on, one conference or something, just where, it's only a few teams that you're looking at, then maybe you'd be okay. But if you're like me, you want to bet on everything. So yeah, it's just a very thin layer of information that you're getting on a bunch of teams. So yeah. We've stopped for now anyway.
Mark, I want to show you. Like, this is we're using a little back end here, streaming into Twitch. Hello, everybody, watching on Twitch. I got this little thing. Can you check this out, Mark? I can put. I can put a little comment up there on the screen. How fancy is that? Atlantic City Ed says, "Hey guys, hey Ed,
that's great.
Good to see you. Hope everything is well." Vito Vito's left his chair. I mean, I don't even see him.
He's not even there anymore.
Yeah,
Amazing.
he just may have said screw it, and that he's not doing this. So. Here we are. Do you have any trips coming up? Like, are you thinking about that yet? Are you considering? I know you had like this. You took this like under the radar trip to Vegas when Vegas was more or less dead around Christmas. I mean, not that it wasn't dead for the rest of 2020, but you get probably even more so maybe around that time. I mean, is that something that you're thinking about yet, or still everything too uncertain?
Not really thinking about it. There was so Mark at 360 Vegas, he's got one of his 360 Vegas vacation trips coming up. I think it's in June, and we haven't even committed to that. When I say we, I mean me and Dr. Mike and I. So no, usually we have at least one, maybe two trips planned, but no, you know how it is. We're waiting and seeing. It's just it's too hard to make a commitment. And if we do end up going anywhere. It'll probably be just to Las Vegas because we can drive there.
Yeah.
And again, it might not be a big official meetup. It might just be, hey, we've got some giveaway that we can get this Saturday. Let's just go for a 24-hour period. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor from New Mexico in the chat, 360 Vegas vacation, June 21 and 23.
Yeah, right.
That is what Mark is talking about. I have, if anybody heard the latest 360 Vegas, they couldn't seem more underwhelmed by announcing my appearance at the family meet and greet, but I will be there. Karen seemed kind of excited that I was going to be there, but
good.
Yeah, Tony and what's his name? Mark. Less thrilled, or at least did not seem too excited to find out. You know what? Here's the thing. Here this is telling about who listens to what show. Look, I have no beef with anybody who doesn't listen to my show, especially like podcast. Like we're all so busy, right? But Mark Duvall, Mark 360 Mark said they. Like, we welcome back our friends from the Better Life. I think he still thinks Eric's on the show. Like, I think, as far as 360 Mark is concerned, Eric is still a regular,
or he's just using a progressive pronoun. I think he's just trying to, he's using the future pronoun. So just they. Yeah, Tim Lawson, they're a good guy.
Yeah. Tim Lawson, they're a good guy. That's my pronoun now. They. Correction, June 2022. I will be there.
Okay.
I don't plan on doing a whole lot. I will be at the meet and greet, the family meet and greet. I will likely be at the brewery meetup the day before. The rest, I will actually be doing like Tim Lawson, Better Life stuff, meeting with Gil, stuff like that. Taking
meeting with Gil.
Yeah.
You don't need to say his last name. We all know who it is.
We all know.
A good friend.
Now that this is my platform. I can do what I want, right? I'm going to use this opportunity to sort of get on a soapbox about something that only I care about. I promise you, I'm probably the only person the guy I'm talking about doesn't even care. I care. If you watch people interacting with Gil Alexander at Beating the Book on Twitter, they spell his name with one L all the time, and his name is Gill. And like people that I know him very well will still use one L. Gil's too nice of a guy to correct anybody. Wow. He never brings it up. Yeah. I've been noticing it for the better part of a decade, and it drives me nuts. Anyways, thank you for listening to my TED Talk on how to properly spell Gil Alexander's name. Vito looks like he's working with his microphone, but we got someone. Let's pull in Mr. Michael Traeger.
Hey,
it's the Las Vegas visitor.
Look at that. Hey, look, are we allowed to use that branding from Encore on the stream? Do we have permission for that?
I don't know. I'm actually at Fantasy Springs right now doing my free play.
All right, so technically California, just so people don't know where Fantasy Springs is, right? It's California?
It is California. That is right. Yeah. And I totally forgot I had $400 in free play today.
Totally forgot. That's Michael Traeger for you. Totally forgot he had $400 in
that is the 1% right there. I'll tell you, people forget they have hundreds of dollars in free play. I run down to National Harbor when I have $25. Clear out my day. I got some free play to get through.
Hey, what could I do? There we go. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm not so great at multitasking. Here you can. I can't play off on video poker, so I'm stuck with these stupid games.
All right, Traeger, you're breaking up a little bit. We see your free play. Hop back in when you're wrapped up with your free play. It's breaking up a little bit.
Okay, I should be wrapped up in a few minutes, I hope.
All right. Good seeing you, buddy.
Well, I mean, impressive that he, is in a casino during this whole thing, that he's actually joining us from a casino. Yeah. I'm a little ashamed that we're not all doing that.
So to get my feet wet in Twitch, in the streaming, Mark, I fired it up last night sort of on a whim. Like 10 people came in and I found some free browser-based craps game to play, and it's the first time that I've done any sort of playing craps in 8 months. Right, I haven't played at a casino. I don't have an app on my phone. I don't do anything involved with craps. First time in months, and it hurt a little bit. I was like, man, I really want to go to a casino. Yeah. It was the whole thing was a don't session, Mark. Even though it was fake money, whole thing was a don't session. I didn't care who was watching.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Down a little bit.
Down a little bit.
Yeah,
All
dice
right.
got hot a little bit at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've lost Vito altogether. Vito may have just said screw it. Vito may come back a little buckle. Something I'm not quite sure what's happening. Like my camera doesn't seem to know when or how to focus. So I apologize to everybody if my camera continues to go in and out of focus. I need to learn my webcam a little bit better. I got a fancy one thinking it would do everything for me. And the fancier they get, the more work they are, right?
Mine's just my laptop camera, nothing special.
Yeah, that's what I get for aspirations of a streamer.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Jeff Ellen says, great idea, guys. I thought this was a good idea.
Yeah,
I thought this was a good idea. We do the podcast groups sometimes, right? Multiple people on a podcast. That's fun. But I thought, hey, well, I'm almost disappointed in myself that in almost a year later in this whole thing, I'm just now thinking of, hey, let's get us all on a live stream together to chit chat and have everybody come watch us. So.
Well, it's a great idea. It's fun. Plus, the fact that it's live, people can make comments and we can, take questions and what have you. And it's, things you just can't do in a podcast.
Right. Speaking of which, I can see the chat. If you have a question for right now, you're limited to me and Mark Duvall. I hope that's enough. Not sure.
I showed up.
Be ready. Not sure. Look, if Traeger does well on his free play, we may lose Traeger altogether. He may just go to the dice table when this is all done. Who knows? And Adam, whenever it is that he decides that he can make himself available,
whenever.
Go up, yeah. All right. Let's. Mississippi Rob. That's the question. Golf. I'm not betting golf right now. Do you and Dr. Mike bet golf at all?
I certainly don't. And maybe every once in a while, Mike will contact me and say, hey, put, X number of dollars down on such and such. But no, I don't follow golf, so I wouldn't, be a good source. So yeah, just every once in a while, Dr. Mike.
Every once in a while when listening to someone I respect, if they like a side, sometimes I get a little I feeling good and all, but that's something I'm sure you've heard on one of my episodes, Mark. Something I'm trying to do less of this year is tailing other people's plays, especially when I know I can't tail them 100%, right? Yeah. And that last part being the more important part. You may know that, I know that, I know someone like Whale Capper is a winning bettor, right? But if I'm not confident that I can get tail all of his picks, then I'm not going to be able to really cash in on his success here. Mike C315. This is amazing. How did you ever get Travel Fanboy to agree to participate? This makes Super Bowl weekend even more super. Said no one ever. LOL. Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, but I humbly
either one.
Either way.
That's fine.
Happy you're here, Mike.
It works either way.
Yeah. I think I think that it makes Super Bowl weekend a little more super. I'm still waiting for Tim Kennedy's in the house. Tim, you're just in time for our hour-long discussion on soccer. Mark has agreed to Tim Kennedy is batting 1,000 on sending me annoyed gifts anytime I tweet about soccer.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's look, death, taxes, and Tim Kennedy making fun of me for being into soccer. So I still don't see a message from Vito saying that he's ready to go. Traeger is just staring at Traeger is both looking at the screen. Traeger, no one can see what you're doing there. Traeger, I don't have you in the stream, but all right, I'm going to start asking you some questions that I had prepared for the guys. Apparently, we'll have to wait for them. Have you and Mike made any Super Bowl bets yet?
None. No, we haven't done any. And we kind of talked about it on our last show. I always defer to Mike for our NFL picks, including the Super Bowl. And like on the last show, he said he just couldn't, pick it on this one, that it was just one that he couldn't make a decision on. And he's not generally one to make prop bets or player bets, things like that. So no, we haven't put a dime on it. Probably Sunday, we may take a side, but no, nothing so far.
Okay. I am a big fan of prop bets. Everybody knows that. It's actually my bread and butter through the NFL season. So I actually think it's funny when props all of a sudden become popular over Super Bowl weekends. Like a lot of us have been doing this for all season. 2 prop bets that I've already bet that I already have some pretty significant positions on. One of them is Ronald Jones for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, over 34.5 rushing yards. It's the lowest number that I could find on him. I saw it at 37.5, and I still kind of liked it there. But I ended up finding at 34.5, and I took that over for a good number.
Oh, good.
I think that we saw against the Packers, and of course they had they had control of that game for much of it. But against the Packers, they were running on every first down. They often ran on second down, and then Brady had to do his magic on third down. I think the running backs are going to get enough carries, and I think Kansas City's run defense is just soft enough that someone like Ronald, I think both running backs are going to do okay. I think it's not difficult for Ronald Jones to get 35 yards there. So that's the first wager. The second one is one that I'm going to say that I have. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to find it anywhere. It is at not a faraway place. I don't know how to say that it's somewhere I can get it, and not everybody can get it.
All right.
But I found Antonio Brown's over under 6 receptions. Now his number is 3.5 at just about every other book. I don't know why this guy hung a 6. I buried the under.
Wow.
And yeah, look, there's a chance that Antonio Brown hurts his knee again when he's on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that could happen for him to not even hit that 3. And I kind of liked it at under 3.5. Of course, now that I have the under 6,
that's a great bet.
I'm not taking it anywhere. But
good.
Yeah. And then the second one, and this is the one I'm most upset about, Mark, because this is my favorite bet every time that Tom Brady enters the Super Bowl, and I got limited. I'm really pretty disappointed in this, but the bet is in. How many times will Giselle appear on the broadcast? Over 1.5. Take it to the bank. I bet it at minus 175. So the limit was to win 100, right? So that was the limit that I got.
Okay.
I took it at minus 175. I took it again. They raised the line 15 cents every time I bet it. I mean, that's how limited it was.
Wow, you're an influencer when it comes to these books, my friend.
I don't think so. I just think they know that was a bet. I think they knew that 1.5 was a bad line, and because they don't want to move the number now, right? Because they can't move the number from 1.5 to 2 because it'll mess up so many.
Right.
So they just got to move the juice, and I have look. If anybody's wondering how do you bet that, you can't make broadcast bets at your at your legal bookmaker inside your state. DraftKings isn't booking this. Okay, just about every bet that Nevada definitely this way. Every other state is pretty much this way. It has to be found in a box score for them to be able to book it, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm pretty sure you can't even find National Anthem on DraftKings and stuff like that, because that's not an official bet. There's no official. The NFL does not make an official.
Yeah, the book would actually have to, watch, right, or determine it, or have some third party that says, that they trust, saying, okay, Giselle was, she showed up 3 times, or
exactly,
or with a stopwatch with the National Anthem, yeah.
I'm in love with this Giselle bet. It's actually the thing I'm going to miss the most when Tom Brady decides to retire, is that this wager will never longer be available during the Super Bowl. I make it every Super Bowl he's in. I cash it every Super Bowl he's in. It is actually, I've told the story a number of times on The Better Life, the story of me being at a Super Bowl party with my friends, and they asked me what I bet on. I told them this one, and when I went to the bathroom and came back, everybody got excited. They showed Giselle, right? And I remember, this is an experience only bettors have, right? And so not only do I love this bet for the value, but it's rooted in the birth of The Better Life. So
yeah, that's great.
Very good. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Vito, kicking and screaming with what's up, Vito?
How's it going? I made it. I think I got the mic working. Does it
sound
like
that sounds much better. Much better.
Beautiful. I didn't want to hurt your ears.
Better.
I've been waiting. I have a nice scotch here. We got a Glenlivet. I actually was going to do the Glenlivet 12, but I did the rum barrel selection. Sweet and tropical, I figured, for this nice winter night. We have a seasonal depression kicking in here in New England. So tear this open. It's been a long time since I had a cocktail with you guys.
Yeah,
nice.
So Mark's brought out his top shelf.
This is Fireball, with the handle. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just swig directly from this.
I'll do it if you do it.
I have tin cup whiskey. I don't know. It was.
You don't even know tin cup whiskey. I found it. I found it on
think
the corner the street. I just picked it up.
It was on sale at the liquor store for a good price. So and I hadn't had it before. So that's
buy one get one free. Yeah. Hey, so Atlantic City Ed said you guys in a lot of pools for the Super Bowl. I'm in a ton. You guys in any Super Bowl pools?
So I'm in one Super Bowl Squares, and now it's only because someone was doing a fundraiser for their kids, like the football little league or whatever, and I ponied up. I donated to be a part of that. I actually just got sent. Here's the thing. Look, I know that I live the better life, and I should be familiar with this stuff. I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with Super Bowl Squares, and I'm still like, wait, what am I rooting for again? Like, what do I need to happen? You tell me. Let's see if we can let's get this over here. All right, go ahead, Vito. Are you in any squares? Will I pull this up?
Any squares? No, I was actually hoping that we get enough people in here to do a live Super Bowl Squares tonight. Is what I would like.
Don't get Tim kicked off Twitch now. All right.
Yeah.
For charity. It's for charity.
Okay.
After we'll donate it.
Yeah, hashtag charity bet after every agreement that we go on.
That's right.
And I officially just joined Twitch. I just wrote in the chat for the first time here.
Yeah, Adam Bauer, by the way, I was giving him a hard time earlier for being fashionably late. I got to give him props. I forgot to even tweet out that we were live. That's how. Look, this. Had I known that this week was going to be as busy it was in every other aspect of my life, I would have chosen a different week for us to do this. But here we are. Here we are now, and in doing this. So I don't have as many bells and whistles as I normally that I wanted to have coming into this, but.
Well, in a perfect world, what sort of bells and whistles will we have going on here? What sort of things did you have planned?
Well, there's what this what
put you right on the spot.
Right. Well, I can tell you, like, so some things, and Mark, I think this is going to come in handy for the. Did you take a swig that I missed? Have you taken a drink?
No,
I
poured it into my
you're pouring it in.
7-Up Zero, so I'm about to take a swig. Yeah.
Mark, something I think you and I could take advantage of. It does allow me to load videos to play during the stream. That could come in handy if we wanted to do one of these for our better viewing episodes.
Definitely, yep, that'd be great.
By the way, I
could have put some of the private Gamblepalooza cell phone videos from Blast from the Past on here. We could
private.
Yeah. All right. Traeger looks like okay. We're gonna try Traeger again. Traeger!
Michael!
Hi, how are you?
There he is.
I am wonderful. How are you? You look wonderful. The weather looks really nice wherever you are.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm right outside of Fantasy Springs in Indio, California.
I'm a little jealous.
By the way, how long should we make Adam wait?
How long should we make it? Oh, so he's in the wings?
Yeah, Adam's here and available. He's wearing that hat though.
Yeah, does he actually need to come to the program? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose let's bring him in. Everybody knows.
All right.
Who's winning between him and Vito on average time between? I think Vito's putting out more content than Adam at this point, right?
Yeah, let's find out. That's good.
There he is. Oh, yeah. Look at that dark room. It's so dark in there.
Funny.
Mysterious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this has to be the oldest Twitch live stream. This is an ancient room, by the way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You got 12-year-olds playing Fortnite on the channel next door.
Keep it down over there.
What? Seriously. I'm glad that we got this in early before Twitch, Twitch before dark. Everyone's got to get home, watch Matlock, and
that's right. It's 4:30 here. It's almost dinner time.
We definitely were not the early adopters of the Twitch platform.
No.
All right. So now that everybody's in a room, let's. I'll go back to the first question I asked Mark. The Super Bowl is coming up. At this point, we're 48 hours away from the big game. Vito, we'll start with you. Do you have any bets in, Vito?
Right now, what I should have did is I should have put I was going to say the Patriots, the Buccaneers with the +3.5. I didn't do it. I was pussyfooting around the whole thing. I heard today it moved. I didn't look to see if where I'm putting the bet and it moved, but hopefully it's still 3.5. I might actually check while we're sitting here. I have my iPad hidden beneath the computer camera. And other than that, I want to do some Super Bowl squares. My work's been a nightmare. Oh, if you could tell, I haven't been putting out podcasts. So, but we'll see. I'm trying to get back into the groove here. You see, I got a nice wall behind me, a bunch of junk. I got this little stupid light thing, a bunch of crap over here, a couple of old books.
You're really selling it, Vito. You're really selling it.
I'll be selling Tours of the Room on Patreon when I return.
Rick D wants us to know that we look like an ancient boy band. Yeah, we do kind of look like we're like getting the band back together for a tour, huh? Adam, have you made any bets on the Super Bowl yet?
I'm on one promo. That's all I've been betting this year. Is just promos because it's like easy money. But I think I'm on Tampa Bay +3, but I got them at like +120, and it's basically like a free bet promotion. It's like, they'll refund it in site play. So I mean, I don't really think Tampa Bay's going to win, nor do I really want them to, but I'll take the line.
Okay. Traeger, you've been in and out of casinos, in and out of everything. Have you at once at all gone up to a sports book and made a wager on this weekend's game?
I have not, but I'm intrigued by the mattress guy who made some huge wagers.
Yeah, Mattress
right?
Mac. That's right. He got it at 3.5.
Because somebody I was with this week had to step away because they were helping him place some of his bets. So that's about as far as close as I came to anything to do with the Super Bowl.
Okay, very good.
And listening to one podcast.
Mark, Atlantic City Ed wants to know another poker tournament for March Madness. Huh? Are we doing it? You guys gonna do it?
Yes. In fact, Mike and I have already talked about it. On our next episode, we'll probably announce it, and I'll actually put it on Poker Stars. But yeah, it'll be on that selection Sunday for March Madness. Yep.
Very good. Very good. Carl Schlegel, unofficial sponsor of the Better Life, Carl Schlegel Farms. Vito lacks in quantity when he makes up for in quality with his amazing guests lately.
Yeah, no kidding.
My old girlfriend used to tell me too. Yeah, the line's down to 3. I blew it. The line's at 3. I don't know if
line's
I just put
at
it
3.
in now.
I'm
I
saying
don't know what
3
to do.
minus 105. Yeah.
I could at minus 130. I could get the 3.5. But
if you want 3.5, okay. Here's my advice for anybody who wants to bet the Super Bowl that hasn't yet already. If you want Tampa Bay, just wait and watch. Sooner or later, there's going to be an influx of cash coming in on one side. The public's going to want to bet the favorite. They always do. They're going to want to bet over. If you have multiple outs, you may be able to find an opportunity where one ticks to 3.5 and you can get the hook. If you want to bet the Chiefs, here's my advice here. In the Super Bowl is a very unique situation in this. A lot of people who want to bet the underdog will bet them to win versus taking the points. So you get a little bit more money. It's a little more exciting. What a lot of recreational bettors don't know is the spread and the money line. Those markets fluctuate almost independently of each other. Now, there is some correlation, right? There's always correlation between those two numbers. But a lot of money coming in on the money line of Tampa Bay will only affect the money line, not necessarily the spread. And at some point, you can find an opportunity where the Kansas City money line is not appropriately priced to the -3 that you're getting on the spread. It's happened multiple times in the past 7 to 10 years. Patriots Falcons is one. Seahawks Broncos is another. This happens often. That's my advice for anybody who wants to. Thank you for coming. Oh my goodness, this is such an ass. Look at this. I mean, look.
What happened?
You see this, Mark? I reached out. I'm like, hey, come be a part of our community. And he's like, goodness, this guy keeps talking.
Mean our community like you own it, okay?
Hey, how come I can't make comments? What's wrong with my screen? There's no place here to make comments. I'm an old man.
That's right. Yeah. Twitch has an age cutoff.
Come on.
Allowed to leave comments for security reasons.
Adam, something I'm getting really sick of is once I finally decide to unsubscribe from Travel Fanboy, you put out a new episode. Like, it's clockwork. Yeah. The second I'm like, all right, Adam's probably done. Let me go ahead and unsubscribe. You're like, new show, everybody.
Why would you unsubscribe?
Yeah, let me just unsubscribe from this.
Yeah, what a monster.
Takes up space in my podcast app. I don't like seeing it.
I'm not taking up space.
Ouch.
Like visually, like when I open it, I'm like, oh, there's chat. Like it bothers me that there's podcasts in there that don't update normally. Like Vice Lounge Online. Sorry, Jason. Had
Oh, are they still a
unsubscribed.
thing?
I
Oh
thought they
gosh,
quit.
yeah. No, I think
So-
they only released 2 last year.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
my schedule.
Did you unsubscribe from me too?
I had.
Oh my God. I've never seen someone so maniacal over their podcast feed. It's not like anything's even coming up from me.
I'm very. Look, cousin Vito. Oh goodness, look there. You're in there.
Okay, all
You'll
right.
notice, you'll notice the travel
all
fanboy
right.
is not yet in there again.
I'll take
I
it.
haven't subscribed again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
All right. Okay, something that I dropped in the Twitter DM group chat that we were doing. Circa today announced a promotion that they had where you'd get a gift. In this case, it was just a T-shirt, but I want to think about the concept more than what the specifics here. You get a gift for buying in at the table. Buy $1,000 buy-in at any table game, and you get this T-shirt. It's the first time that I have ever seen a gift promotion that's awarded at immediately upon buy-in. We'll go back around the room. I know, Traeger, you said that you've seen something similar to this. Have you ever seen something, though, where you buy in and are like, hello, Mr. Traeger, also, here's your gifts?
I've never seen that, but the promotions that they did at Playboy were really advantageous because you could get tickets. They did the drawings on Saturday night, and for every £1,000 buy-in, you got a ticket in the drum. You could do up to 30,000 a day, and if you bought in for like 30,000, you would get 30 tickets immediately. I think it's 30,000 or 25,000, but you had to be present on Saturday night for the drawing, and the drawing was like at 10 o'clock, like between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock on Saturday night, and it was a drawing in which they kept pulling tickets until they had a winner there, and then you would spin a wheel and you could win anywhere from like £100 to £5,000, and depending on how many tickets you had in the drum, they always pulled 5 names. You could spin, I think you could spin the wheel multiple times, but that's the only time I ever saw something correlated with buy-in. And obviously I always thought it was like wonderful as far as a game ability, because you could basically buy in, play a few hands of baccarat, cash out, come, go have a cocktail, buy in again, and that would still count. So I think they were able to get away with it because it was a limited audience, but I could see if any major casino did a promotion with buy-ins that the advantage players would be all over that, or they would have to put huge restrictions. But to answer your question, I've never seen that with the gift. I think it's a really good idea because I think it's a psychology play. If you buy for $1,000, do you have the discipline to pretend you're just buying in for your $200, right? And set your loss limit at $200 and walk away? Or will you potentially keep playing and say, well, I don't want to leave, I want to get back to even? So I think they're going to be the winners on this promotion, if you ask me.
I absolutely agree. I think that someone figured out, hey, rather than trying to entice them to put more money into play when they haven't played enough for a gift, let's just make the gift a little simpler, and then award them for putting their money up front in the play and hoping that they just play through it. Taylor from New Mexico says the D and Golden Gate give March Madness t-shirts for every buy-in at the tables every year. I was totally unaware of that. Mark, you and Dr. Mike have seen your fair share of odd and interesting gifts. Have you ever seen something awarded at the table like this?
Not for a buy-in, no. Never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not a surprise that Derek Stevens, also the D in Golden Gate. So, he's basing this on something that he's done before. So I had not heard about that for March Madness either. But yeah, I love that. As soon as I found out about that, it was like, God, I wish I could just be at Circa right now, just for a silly T-shirt. You look, nobody understands what it is, right? It's because they made that little mistake when they were building the hotel, right? One of the windows was off, and it's paying tribute to that. So you'd have to explain it to everybody that you meet. But I wish I were there.
I think casinos should do it for all their
could be a
rice cookers, waffle makers, all those like that. You bring them out to the table. Everyone's sitting there with their
That's right.
bread
This
maker on their table.
huge thing in the pit. All these heavy boxes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
The
reaching
floor
around.
can't even watch the game. And,
That's
here
right.
you go.
You're storing your chips in your rice cooker.
Oh man. Vito, Foxwoods is known for clever promotions and marketing. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this, but what's a creative marketing tactic or gift you've seen up there from your Connecticut casinos?
Creative. I don't know about creative. I'm a tier credit guy now, so all I pay attention is the tier credit days. They have some sort of barbecue gift set coming out. They got like 5 pieces to it, but I like the idea of getting something for giving my money in at the table. That's the cool. I don't have to stand in line with everybody. I got grandma needs the waffle maker. I'm getting it. I bring it home. It breaks in 2 seconds. At least a T-shirt. You give your $1,000 in, and then you get a commemorative T-shirt. Hopefully, they don't sell it anywhere. So, like, it's kind of like a badge of honor T-shirt where you're like, oh yeah, limited edition. It was the first 2,500 people to buy in for $1,000 have this shirt. So, I think that more casinos should go that direction because I'm really responsible. And as stupid as it sounds, I would buy in for the $1,000 just to get the shirt. I mean, I would play like a chicken probably, but. They would say, hey, this worked because this guy bought him for $1,000. He usually doesn't do that when he first sits down. So.
Vito's gonna be like, all right, let me buy just reds, please, and I'm an extra large.
I'll buy him for 2,000. That'll be 10 shirts, please. I'll have everyone behind me. 2 larges. Get one for the baby. We'll go. Oh, what I should do? How about I'll hold a picture of the baby up to the camera. I don't put him online really because I don't know why, but. I could show you a picture of the baby if you guys want to see him. Not that anyone cares but me. I'm one of those people now. Look at the baby picture. Look at that guy.
Oh, my
Look
goodness.
at the baby.
Kid.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice little kid. He almost swallowed a little die the other day, though. But we saved him. We got him. It was good. I realized
it was worth it. Just the fact that you're exposing him to dice, that really makes me happy, Vito.
He spit it out, and it was an 11, though. So I was happy about that.
Oh, that's okay. Good.
Same dice. Yeah.
We did. He said that
words.
actually.
Right.
Oh man. Rick D says I need a Vegas meetup with this crew when circa. Before everybody hopped on, Mark admitted that thinking about Vegas trip stuff like that, not on his radar, not on Dr. Mike's radar, really outside of the like little one-offs that they may be doing for behind everybody's back. Mark decides he's gonna go to Sturka. Can he give me a call? I don't know. And Vito is showing everybody that he's re-upping. Look at that glass pour. Vito, you're going to be through that bottle by the end of the night. I know.
You know what? If I could do that, that would be fun, right? The Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve. Actually, this time, let me take a second and actually see if I could taste the fruity notes in here. Last time I just chugged it. Hang on.
Go ahead. Fruity Notes?
Fruity Notes is my high school.
There are it's definitely less oaky. It's definitely less oaky. I could see how maybe a sweet and tropical notes. I'm more of a bitter, oaky, peaty guy, so this is okay. And actually, probably technically, if you're a Scotch connoisseur, this is probably a little lower than like a 12-year because with the price point was like $10 lower. So who knows? This is probably like a 1-year. They threw it in a what's it called? The rum cask, and that's it. And that's what I'm drinking here.
By the way, Traeger took a bottle to the dome, and at first, like before I saw this, it was. Hey, look, both of you fucking hootie tooties got your Fiji waters. My goodness. Yeah. There we go.
Mine's vintage. Mine's vintage Fiji.
At first, I thought that might have been vodka, and you're sitting in your car. I was like, do we need to call you?
Your Fiji.
We're going to call someone for you there Michael.
You were talking about Mohegan promotions. Mohegan once did. Years back, they did a promotion of baccarat on the tie, and I forgot what they made the tie pay, but it made it really good and really positive. And basically, they did it for like a 6-hour time period or something, and people would just be betting.
It was
the
money.
tie.
It was actually monetary.
It was, yeah. It was so basically they changed the odds just on the tie.
Wow.
The tie bet for like a 3-hour or 4-hour period. And it was a crazy promotion. I think I think then they were going to do it again, and then they didn't do it or something like that. I have to ask one of my friends, but it was one of those kind of things where they probably didn't think it through so well.
Yeah.
Then all the APs get on the table, and basically you just have a full table of people betting tie because of the
oh God, that's the thing you
the,
dream about. Yeah, it's just wait, why are they betting the tie? Yeah, isn't that the one that has the terrible odds? Oh, yeah, you dream
I think
about
it paid
that.
double or something crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't know why they did that promotion, but I'm always intrigued by those, especially when they don't really think the promotion's through really well, and then they realize halfway through that that this might have not been a good idea, or they didn't attract, or they're not doing a promotion for their regular players really, because the regular players are pretty much so locked out because the tables are full with APs who are like, got on the tables before the promotion started.
Adam, I'm sure Vegas isn't even on your radar at this point. With your good, by the way, public applause for the amazing news coming out of your family. But I mean, it's in your name, Travel Fanboy. Would you go further down the street at any point in 2021? You think, or what?
I would need a really compelling reason to go to Vegas this year. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything's out of the cards, if that's even a phrase, but for it to be in the cards, it would have to be a good reason. So
okay,
but definitely like Florida probably is in. I might check out a casino down there. Wife and I might travel down to that weird state.
That weird state.
Mm-hmm.
That weird state. I do plan on being at 360 Vegas Vacation in June. I will be at the family meet and greet. They announced it on the latest 360 Vegas. They could not have sounded more underwhelmed at the announcement, but I will be there, and I will likely also be at the brewery meetup the day before. So far, that's really all I plan on sort of being involved in there. Just because if there is a capacity limitation, like if there is limitations, I don't want to take a spot for anybody who is like a normal attendee of these things, right? So so far those are the only two things that's what I do plan on being in Vegas. Good chance that I'll be in Biloxi end of April. So my March idea for Biloxi has gotten pushed back to late April, but so far that's a thing. Tim Kennedy says he's joining us with a Bell's official hazy IPA. Very good. Love hazies. I love hazy IPAs.
Tim, the capacity thing is so interesting with Vegas for Super Bowl weekend, because I realized the capacity restrictions were 25% in the casinos, but the hotels do not have a 25% capacity.
Oh, interesting.
So because I was talking to somebody at a big hotel group, and basically they have no capacity restriction on the hotel, but the casino floor has a 25% capacity. So in theory, you could have the hotel at 75% capacity, but the casino floor at 25%. And I am totally confused how that's going to work out if all the hotels are higher than 25% capacity and all the casino floors are 25% capacity on the day of the Super Bowl. But maybe somebody much smarter than me has figured that out, or maybe I'm missing something. But it seems awful confusing to me.
Yeah, that's
maybe a lot of the people that are going will be attending the Super Bowl parties. A lot of the places put that on, so they won't be on the casino floor. But that doesn't explain what they're going to do, as soon as the game ends.
Yeah, that's. I think it's going to be a very interesting and tricky weekend, because I was at Encore Boston when they reopened for 24-hour operation, and Encore Boston Harbor. So I was there for the first Saturday night, and their capacity is 15,000 on the casino floor. Massachusetts is allowing them to have 4,500 on the casino floor, but that first Saturday night they only had 2,400 on the casino floor, which is sort of interesting.
Carl Schlegel wants me to point out that there is. Oh goodness! Oh well, Traeger's in and out. Sorry, Traeger, you're cutting in and out a little bit. Tell Mark about the stadium version of craps we have out here as opposed to bubble craps. Mark, I don't know if you've seen craps in a stadium gaming setting. But we've had it live for for a few years now. National Harbor also now has it. I was walking around, so Eric brought it up on the last episode that he was on. So about a week or two ago, I went out to National Harbor really briefly, play some free play. Carl's going to yell at me for not telling him that I was at National Harbor, but I was there for just a few minutes. But I did walk around to see where this was, and I'm walking around, and I go to where the Stadium Gaming is, or where I've seen it before, and it's not there. And I'm like, come on, Eric, did you go to live and tell me you were at National Harbor? Come on, Eric. Like, I'm thinking, like, did Eric mess this up? And then I walk, like, almost to, like, the center of the casino, or at least the center of the back part of the casino. And I was like, and it's right there. And it's like, it's a big circle area, roulette, casino war. Why is this even still in the casino, for crying out loud? But also craps. But it's not bubble craps. It's not Stadium Gaming bubble craps. There is a miniature tub, and it'll go, and you can have your turn of going up and throwing dice in this little miniature tub. And
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've heard of that. They actually do have Stadium Craps at Harrah's Southern California, but it is like a bubble craps, and they're automatically rolled. You don't press a button. There's no concept of a shooter, but it's kind of like bubble craps. Every 60 seconds or so, or 30 seconds, the dice are rolled. So they do have that on Stadium Gaming by us, but I've never actually seen the Stadium Gaming where people actually are able to roll dice. And then, since I'm talking about the Stadium Gaming, Taylor from New Mexico also was asking, what does my son say about casino gaming? How is his generation different? Now, he's 22 years old, and obviously his taste, he's not going to, he can't speak for everybody from his generation, but when we go, he really does enjoy the Stadium Gaming. And he'll play blackjack. They have live blackjack. They have video blackjack that's just computerized, and he'll play craps too, and he enjoys doing that. He enjoys being able to go at his own pace, miss hands if he wants to. You don't have to bet on every single hand. He can order drinks through the interface right there, so he doesn't have to wait for a cocktail waitress to come by and order. Again, he can't speak for every 22-year-old, but that's what he really likes, and I can kind of understand that. The generation, the screen generation.
Adam, do you have a preference?
What do you mean?
Electronic
tables?
Yeah, like, do you? I guess, like, do you set? I know you like the tables. I guess preference wasn't the right word there, but like if tables are full, does it bother you at all? Like, do you opt for Stadium Gaming, or do you just kind of wait till you can get at a table?
No, I'm in for Stadium Gaming. I mean, if the tables are full, I would rather just get down and get some action in instead of waiting around and kind of puttering around and watching people. And, if that's what ends up the night being, then that's fine. I mean, I think, Mark's son is right. Like, there's kind of something nice about just kind of hanging out. Oh, I missed a hand, whatever. I'm hanging out with people. We're talking, and, I like the kind of more casual feel of it. I mean, I prefer the tables, especially if you're with friends, but, get your bets in. It can be fine.
And it's sort of ironic too at the Stadium Gaming, even though, you're sort of isolated, you're also more kind of group gambling than you would be if you were at a real blackjack table. So, for example, the live blackjack at Harrah's Southern California, you can play all three hands that are dealt, right? It's a live dealer. You can play all three hands. Well, everybody else sitting in the stadium are playing the same three hands if they want to play those three. Now, they can have different decisions, hit, stay, that kind of thing. But I'll give you an example. We were playing last week, and all three hands were dealt 20s, and the dealer had like a 3 showing. And so all the people at Stadium Gaming were kind of looking at each other like, you see what's going on here? We're going to, win all three hands. And it's like, yes, finally we did something good. And of course, the terrific punchline was the dealer drew to 21, and we lost all the hands. But, there's that camaraderie that you wouldn't get at a real blackjack table because you're playing different hands. Sure, you can all win, the dealer busts, that kind of thing. But in this way, hey, you're all playing that same hand.
Yeah, there's I haven't had a social experience with Stadium Gaming, but I can definitely see that being the case, and definitely allowing the player to truly play at their own pace, skipping a hand, getting a drink. Like, there's no someone trying to dealing with the cocktail waitress and having to wait for that exchange to be over. Like, everybody really is playing their own game. and a lot of value there.
Just like buying in the middle if you wanted, like without, upsetting people, right? Like you can buy in the middle of a roll, you can buy in the middle of a deck. It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I've never opted to actually throw the dice at these like stadium. Like I don't know if I've ever actually gotten the opportunity. Now that I think about it, I don't know how they're chosen. Does it come up on your screen like it's your turn if you want? I'm not sure how it's chosen. But I think now what I'm going to do, if I ever get this opportunity, is I'm going to go through that whole process, right? Like rub my hand on the felt, roll the dice up against the back, and then like when I go, as soon as someone sits down, be like, "Hey, I'm in the middle of a fucking roll."
you hear the $20 bill going into the receptacle, right? What the? Oh.
Oh man. Oh goodness. What we got here? Will Vegas ever return to pre-COVID scenarios? I'm starting to doubt. Yes, it will. Will it ever? Yes, it will. Here's things that I can guarantee you are going to go the second they're legally allowed to, or it's practical to allow to. Barriers, masks, cleaning dice every time someone looks at them. That kind of stuff is out. Are there going to be better sanitation processes? Maybe. Do they switch dice around a little bit more? Maybe. I think this has made everybody more hyper aware of how gross life is. I saw someone. Seriously, I saw
think
someone.
about that sometimes. I'm like, I wash my hands when I went to the bathroom at the casino. But think about all the things: the rails, the dice, the chips. Oh yeah, a little popcorn here. When I was at Foxwoods, I was like, I can't believe even the handle of the slot machine. Now you look at it and you're like, I don't know. Maybe I'll hit it with my elbow or pull the hand, pull the sleeve over. I'm horrified.
Traeger, you've been in and out of casinos in multiple areas more so than any of us. Give me one or two things that you think are first to go back to normal as soon as casinos get the opportunity.
First to go back to normal will be higher density, and they'll get rid of plexi. I think masks will be with us for a very long time. My prediction is that you'll have masks pretty much so all through next year, because I think in order to do higher density, I think the trade-off is going to be keeping the mask compliance. But there's still so many inconsistencies. I mean, like Bally's in Las Vegas, you've got 6 to a dice table with no plexiglass, and Wynn has 8 to a dice table with plexiglass. So I actually like the 6 to a dice table with no plexiglass. I find that works really well. But when you talk about the cleaning, I saw something this week, which I never thought I'd see in my entire life. And in the cage at Bally's, they were cleaning the chips. I can't, like, Bally's used to not even clean the carpets. So like the fact that they were, I actually saw, I was like, I can't believe this. They're actually cleaning the chips. So I think a lot of things I think the plexi will go first. I think they'll put more people to a dice table. I think they'll put more people to, all the other tables, because you're alternating between 3 and 4 to table. Like Massachusetts is all like 3 to a table, but I think the masks are going to stay for quite a while, because I think that's going to be an easy thing for them to say. We're going to have higher density, but we're going to make sure everyone keeps their masks on. So that's my opinion. So anyone who thinks that the masks are going to go away right away, I don't think so. But I also think that's going to be the case with like the mall also and retail establishments. So I mean, I don't think it's going to be that much different in a casino. So I know when people say, I don't want to go to a casino until I don't have to wear a mask. Well, how about I don't want to go to Macy's until I don't have to wear a mask. So I think it's going to be the same thing.
By the way, Bougie Miles trying to give us a hard time, asking if any of us know how much it sucks to wear a mask when you're so beautiful. I actually seem to think that I'm actually a little prettier with the mask on. I have such nice eyes that I think the mask actually does
it
something.
Compliments my eyes by covering my face.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Yeah, Tim, you are prettier.
Consensus.
What I hate is taking the mask down for surveillance all the time. That's always such a pain when you're in out of somewhere and you have to constantly pull your mask down before you re-enter a casino for surveillance. And that's very inconsistent also. Like in Boston, you're always pulling your mask down for surveillance, whereas in Vegas, you're not in most places. So I find that to be sort of interesting also.
Yeah, they did that to me at the 7-Eleven down the street, and I'm like, "What's this about?" And they're like, "Sir, you're stealing a 12-pack of Corona." And I'm like, "I don't understand. Like, why do I have to take my mask off? I feel like that's illegal." And they're like, "Sir, you need to come with us." By the way, do better masks. I only have like 18 of them left or whatever. I'm throwing them in every order of a T-shirt from the merch store. They're not for sale. I'm just tossing them in with orders. We got this cool T-shirt, "Struggle is Real," as made famous by Travel Fanboy. I believe we called this the Fanboy. Look,
Fanboy.
I couldn't get Fanboy licensed. His price was too high, so that's why Fanboy's not anywhere on the shirt, and I'm not giving him that much credit. But we got these cool T-shirts, got some others. TheBetterLife.us/merch. Use promo code YO11 for 11% off your purchase, and you get a mask. And like everybody said, I don't think masks are going away. I think we're gonna have to see total vaccination, all that sort of stuff before people feel good about. Like masks are going to be like, to me, that is one of the lingering things of no one wants to be wrong about that decision. Like a lot of the security decisions that came after 9/11, where we were so hesitant to like lift the restriction. Like, look at shoes. Look how long it took for pre-check to allow you to not take shoes off, right? Like stuff like that. I think masks is going to be of the same ilk. So, what's up, Vito? Vito wants to talk.
I have a question for the Travel Fanboy. I'm looking in your background there. I see those frames in those pictures. Are those all your different degrees on the wall? They don't look very artistic.
There is
what is that? Your high school diploma, your preschool diploma, your college diploma?
It's all my wife's accomplishments there, right? All those. I'm not even kidding you. And then if you look at mine,
well, then you know what?
And then like a gorilla.
Oh, there you go.
That's a shame.
Well,
and that's not even a real degree. That's from my kindergarten spelling bee certificate.
Mine are in the envelope still, like an idiot. I have all my. I should hang them up, right? I got Atlantic City hung up on my wall. I do not have my graduate degree or my undergraduate or my high school diploma. My kindergarten diploma is in a frame at my mother's house, though. So
high school diploma, you do not need to hang up. That was not.
I want to prove it.
By the way,
I want proof.
Coming from a former high school teacher, that's not something that we need to be proud of.
Mark, everybody's concerned about Dr. Mike. How's he doing?
Yeah, let me just apologize. So, I can't respond in the comments here because I didn't actually log in. I can see that's my problem here, and I don't want to try it now and then get shut off here. But Mike's doing fine. Mike always has some kind of ailment, his back. He's been so stuffed up lately. I don't know if it's allergies or if he caught something or whatever, but he's doing okay. Let's just put it that way. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to release our next episode here on time this week. One more thing too, Tim, I wanted to get back to you talking about things getting back to normal. Something that we are kind of concerned about is that we've got the higher limits right now. And a lot of people are speculating, and I'm thinking this might be the case, that when they go back to normal, yes, the limits are not going to drop, but yes, the limits are going to drop, but they're not going to drop below pre-COVID level. That maybe $15 is going to be the norm on the strip. You can't find anything lower than 15 no matter where you go. I really have a feeling that is going to happen because the casinos are enjoying these high limits right now, and they're realizing they're able to get people at the table with the higher limits.
Bally's was a $10 dice table this week, though.
Well, that's good. That's great.
So I was thrilled. I was thrilled to get on, and actually, $10 dice table with 6 people, but people were trying to get on even at like 2:00 in the morning. But they only had one dice table open. They only had one dice table open at Bally's, and it was a $10 table, which I thought was awesome. Good. But that was midweek, of course.
Sure,
so
but good.
Maybe I don't know if that's a good sign, but all the tables at Paris were 15. I think they were 15 to 25, but the one at Bally's was $10, which I was actually surprised to see.
By the way, I just want everybody to know I hit a nice bet in Mexico Liga MX. So
what just now? You had to announce that just in the middle of the stream?
Me too.
Yeah. That was for Tim Kennedy. That was for Tim.
Single A Mexican Soccer League. What's happening?
It's actually the Premier League of Mexico. It's actually a pretty good league. But anyways,
totally.
So Vito made it very apparent both in the DM leading up to this and in the chat just now that he wants to do some sort of gambling here. Now, I'm new to Twitch. I haven't read all of their policy. I don't know how overt we can be about this, but
They're definitely following this.
I'll do an easy one here. I'll do an easy one. All right. I'm gonna just pull the people
for 1 sec. I just have to, unfortunately
anything
I have to
for you,
run.
Michael.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait,
So
Mike, before you go, I got one question for you. Heads or tails?
Yes.
Heads or tails?
It's gonna be heads.
Okay, heads. All right. Okay.
Can we put you on the hook for a $25 charity bet on heads for the coin flip of the Super Bowl?
Yes, you absolutely can. Absolutely.
All right, Traeger's on heads. Traeger. All right, Traeger.
Anyway,
Hey, Traeger.
Have a great weekend.
For Michael Traeger. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
No one else wanted to clap.
Well, how'd you like that? I didn't even mean to slide in the charity bet there. I was going to take a poll and then put a bet in myself for heads or tails right now. So we got one heads. What do we say? How about the chat box? Heads or tails?
Carl Schlegel
I'll count them up. I'll do a $25 bet for myself on heads or tails. And then
hold on. Carl Schlegel's pointed out that that poker players use Twitch. That's a really great point. Let's get a crap game fired up.
True.
We got
right.
Hey!
I got
okay.
some dice around here.
All right. Like, man, everybody's saying tails. I'm taking tails in the coin flip for the Super Bowl for a $25 charity bet. Mark, are you in?
Yes, and I'm also tails.
Very good. Adam, I know you're good for a charity bet.
We got to do. Are we doing 2 and 2? 'Cause I can go heads just to make it even.
No,
so
it doesn't. It doesn't
so
evenly.
me and the fanboy are on one side, and you two are on the other side. The part timers versus the full timers. Is that what we're gonna do here?
For this one, for the coin flip, we're all just making separate bets, and we will pay up if we win or lose. So we can all be on one side. We can all be on the other side. For the coin flip, it's one.
I'd rather have the the confrontation of the whole thing, so I can rub it in.
I'm with Vito. Vito, let's take heads.
These two are man.
Me and Fanboy got heads. You guys got tails. We already said it. Why, we'll do 25 a piece, $50 for the charity. I'm down. Mark, I've been buying sports cards like an idiot for 5 months. Not even.
Mark, they have forgotten.
Devin Hester, baby.
They have forgotten the name on the channel. I think they've forgotten whose name is on the channel. Okay. Look, for the coin flip, I'm saying, look, if we want to do an even match, and let's just have Trigger's not paying attention. He'll be on his own. Mark and I are both. If Mark and I are both on tails, are both of you going to take heads then?
Yes, I would love the versus bet. That's what I like. Okay, I'm into versus bet.
There we go. Right. Okay, all of a sudden the coin flip just means so much more. Okay.
I'll take tails.
Yeah.
Tails. Thank you.
Yeah. Mark and I have tails. Okay. Vito, I know you want some action. I know you want a charity bet, something to do with the Super Bowl. I'm going to give you some options here, Vito. Mark or Adam, if you feel compelled to hop in, feel free to chime in if you have a bet that you'd like to take, if you want to oppose me here. But Vito, Vito, give me a category here. You want game prop? You want a player prop? You want a broadcast prop? What do you want here?
You got me on the spot because I was hoping. I mean, I guess. Geez. I don't even know. I'm gonna sound like Ebenezer
Kansas City.
No, but I don't want to sound like Ebenezer Scrooge. But I don't have a charity bet. How does this charity bet work? Are we someone taking notes? Are we writing tickets for this thing? I got my iPad here. I'm trying to make some real bets.
This is classic Vito. No plan before going into recording. I can't tell you how many times
I was like 15 minutes late because they couldn't get my mic to work.
Yeah,
my mixer wouldn't hook. I don't know what you want from me.
Adam, he was only live for about 2 minutes before you because he spent the first 15 minutes figuring out how to get his microphone hooked up.
You want to know the miracle of this though? So I couldn't get the microphones through the mixer. I got all these doodads set up, all these lights, all this crap. The mixer wouldn't pick up on this StreamYard thing. So I went down to my basement. I ripped through all my drawers, and I knew there was a black cord that plugs my mic USB into the computer. Came up here with like a snake, like 20 cords. Tried them all, found the one that worked, and finally I made it in here. What, like 720, maybe 715? Not too bad. Oh, let me see.
I want people.
I said I did it.
I want people to know like being on.
I can retell it if you want me to retell that.
Being on Vito's show is the day before he says, "Can you be on my show?" And then 5 minutes before he sets to record, he goes, "I think we might talk about this. Let's just go."
I love doing it live. I'm a live guy.
Did you do that to Negrano, or is it just the three of us?
No, I did. I mean, I actually did that to everybody. I did that to Carton, everybody. And the wrestling shows are the same way, though. You show up, you got 200 to 2,000 people, and you just do it live. And if you screw up, you just pretend it wasn't a screw up, and hopefully they don't notice.
Yo, so Adam, you think that's bad? Wait till you record for an hour and 20 minutes with Vito, and give Vito some of the best gambling content you have ever given any podcast, let alone someone else's podcast. And then he decides to sit on it and releases it 4 months later when he doesn't have anything else. He's like, hey, I needed, like, I had this one sitting in the back, and just puts it out there.
Nothing's relevant anymore.
That's the only time I ever did that too, for some reason.
I remember.
No, Vito,
I remember Gamblepalooza, Tim telling me that story of being upset, and Vito telling me that same story later, joking around about
it. That's funny you remember that, because I almost forgot about that too.
Yo, I was hot, Vito. I'm not gonna lie.
Tim has not forgotten.
Yeah.
Tim had some sauce on that
I was saving the best for last, Tim. Don't you know how that works?
Well, I appreciate that. The only reason why I was a little upset about it was I thought that I was like when we got done with that, I was like, man, I was dropping some dimes. Like, that was some good I was like proud of myself. I was like, man, I brought it. Vito's gonna this is gonna be so good, and then like sat on it. Nothing. Goodness.
And everything we talked about was like 6 months old.
Yeah, right.
We did a lot of current events that episode.
All right, Vito, I got a broadcast prop for you. You ready?
Okay, all right. Is this for charity, or is this for for blood?
This definitely for blood.
Those are the two choices.
Like the coin toss one. I want it for blood.
Definitely not for blood. Okay. It's a charity bet. Loser donates $25 to the winner's charity of choice. Okay. Here's the broadcast prop. Over under 1.5 times that Giselle, Tom Brady's wife, will be shown on the broadcast. I have the over. Can I interest you for 2-1 on the under? I'll give you 2-1.
2-1, because if you didn't say 2-1, I was going to say no way, because they're going to be showing her at the beginning. She'll have the kids. Then when Tom Brady scores his touchdown, they'll show her clapping. I think it's got to be the over. I agree with you.
All right,
I'm out.
So all right, no bet. That's fine.
I'm out.
Part of the reason why I brought it up, fun little callback. Before you guys were able to show up, before other people were on the feed, I mentioned that this was my favorite bet to make every time Tom Brady's in a Super Bowl. I make it every time. It cashes every time. I've already made it over 1.5. Giselle appearing on the broadcast. Now, broadcast props, if I may, a little teachable moment. If you make a broadcast prop with a place far, far away, just know that broadcast, when you're talking about broadcast inside the stadium, is from kickoff to the very last, to the game end, and it does not include the halftime show. It does not include the halftime show. If you're making commercial props, that does include the halftime. That does include halftime, but it's still from kickoff to last till 0-0-0 at the end of the game. Carl Schlegel thinks that it's a sucker bet. Maybe I don't know if he's talking. Maybe is this about how passionate I am about this Giselle prop? Schlegel, you want action on it? Bujimal agrees over. Very good. Okay.
What was the over/under on this show going off the rails?
Probably pretty low.
So
once I showed up with no microphone at 6:59.
So this was to run to Radio Shack.
Yeah, so that was a yes/no prop. Okay, yes, definitely like -250 to take back +170.
Wait, Tim, could you repeat all that? I wasn't listening.
It's just like recording with Vito.
Take it from the top.
Thankfully, I'm in charge of when this will get released into the feed, and it'll be out tomorrow, not in June.
Is this going out on the podcast? Is this becoming a podcast, or is this becoming a YouTube video?
Well, both maybe, but when this is done, I will hopefully edit this and put it into the podcast feed, because I know not everybody could watch this. The benefit here being, if anybody's curious, hey, is this going to be a thing? Is Better Life on Twitch going to be a thing? I'm hoping it'll be a thing. Mark has semi-agreed to doing our better viewing episodes this way. The benefit to the perk to watching them in real time, and everybody on this panel can attest to, I edit my recording a lot. I edit pretty heavily. Maybe not the ahs and the ums and the things that I should be editing, but I do edit a lot of the content. So if you watching these live will allow you to watch it in entirety. You don't get the edited version when it's done. The edited versions are just as good, obviously, because they're nice and tight. But I know I have a lot of people. I've people DM me whenever I make this comment of the heavy editing. They're like, "Well, why don't you just put it? We want to hear it all. Why don't you put it all?" Like, look, you don't want to hear Eric and I arguing about motorcycles on the highway. Like sometimes we get that. Sometimes we go down weird.
See, but that's the difference, Tim, with the cousin Vito is I just let it all go. We put the song on, export, and we're good.
Yo, everybody go cash your tickets for this stream going off the rails. Everybody go to the counter.
Let's see, where's the cask? We're getting below the label here.
Yeah, I see. So Adam, what are you drinking over there? I can see Adam has dabbled now.
The Nevada Agency Distilling Company, the Smoke Wagon. This is big in the bourbon community right now. This is their
Smoke Wagon,
uncut, unfiltered, straight. It's hard to find. I found it today.
That'd be a good name for a barbecue food truck. The Smoke Wagon.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Good dropping, Vito.
Mm-hmm. We both got heads. Great minds think alike.
Here, as always. Yeah.
All right. I told Mark before I fired this up that I was not going to drink until later, until it made more sense. Now that this has officially gone off the rails and there's really no getting it back. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Very good. All right. Let's pull up here we go. Vito, I'll just let you choose which one. Vito, you tell me what you came in here wanting a gamble, wanting a bet. I gave you. I'm like, what do you want kind of bet? You're like, I don't know. I wasn't prepared. You just want to make a bet on the game? Who do you like in the game? I'll give you 3.5 if you want the Bucks, and I'll give you 3.
You give me 3.5 for the Bucks, and is this for charity or is this for blood?
I don't know what that means.
Again, definitely not for blood. Never for blood.
Man.
Do you? What side do you like? Do you want the Bucks? Or and I'll give you 3.5 if you decide the Bucks.
Well, let me start from the beginning here. So,
who wants action?
I want to give you my frame of mind here, because if I'm a bookmaker, I'm making the line 3.5 because I want everybody to take the Bucks. So, me being the sheep, I'm the guy who's going to buy GameStop at the wrong time. That's what I'm doing. You hop on this 3.5. The bookmakers know. They know what we're thinking. We think we're smart. I'm telling you. I'm confused with the line now. I'm going to actually go. I might go, hang on. I got to log into my account here.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know, but
Vito show all of a sudden, and I'm confused.
Yeah.
I want action. Nah, not that action.
I want it for blood.
I think that's the issue. He doesn't understand the charity bets. All right, for blood, Vito, for blood. Do you want the Buccaneers or do you want the Chiefs? For blood.
Weren't you saying earlier you wished you'd gotten it at 3.5?
Yeah.
Well, I'm at the label on the Caribbean cask here, so things are starting to look a little blurry.
Right, that's a reason, but it's not an excuse.
Tom Terrific 3.5. You got it for blood,
guys.
For blood.
Or we can do it for charity. I gotta find a charity.
I
can donate to.
There's plenty of good charities. In fact, everybody drop your charity of choice in the chat, so we have we can inspire Vito a little bit. Yes. I will likely be playing for Team Rubicon in these charity bets around the Super Bowl. Maybe I can have some more luck with people who are. I did not think I was gonna have to rely on Adam to be a more decisive gambler than Vito, but you like that? You like that insult on both of them? That was fun. that was
we
fun.
need to up the stakes in the coin toss bet, I think.
Yeah,
that's something that I don't get to do often, is get an insult to both of you at the same time. That was good. Who's your do you have a favorite player in this game, Adam? Do you have a player that you particularly enjoy watching that's on either team?
Oh, Mahomes. Hands down.
Patrick Mahomes. Very good. Let's take a look at some Patrick Mahomes props.
Okay.
And see if we're I can't wait. Let's see. You sound by the way,
Vito and waffle on all of them.
Hey, look, this chatter. See, this is why you tune in live. You get the off the rail stuff. The off the rail stuff definitely not going to be in the podcast feed tomorrow. Adam, while I'm looking up Mahomes props, tell us about the podcast, the episode you just dropped for everybody who isn't subscribed to your show anymore because you never put out content.
Yeah, and it was so timely. I had Sportsbook Tom on, I said it to him before we started like officially recording. He's like the most underutilized resource I think in our community. Like the guy's awesome. He's super friendly. We just talked about. For beginners, because I saw a lot of people in my feed, like my personal Facebook, because Illinois just got sports gambling this year. Like people have no idea what they're doing, and so my goal was to kind of just do a really basic overview of how to read a line. Of course, I do all this, and then Circa releases like a brilliant, beautifully done like sports betting for beginners, like full on webpage. But yeah, we just talked about like just some basics. We covered betting on this particular game, and then we talked Vegas a little bit.
Okay, very good. And the next episode probably September sometime.
2022, yeah,
2022. Very good. All right, Patrick Mahomes rushing yards. That is a fun one for Patrick Mahomes when he is in the Super Bowl. I believe it's at 21.5. Do you have, let's see here. That is definitely,
it's a good line. That one's tough. It was higher before. I think actually Sportsbook Tom talked about this. It was at like 30, and that's too high.
No way. Is it really at 30?
No. It was like when it first came out. But he hasn't broken that in a long time. But I think 21.5 is a good line. I'll still take the under. I mean, he can.
I could get you 20. You want to do 20 yards? I get you 20.
I'm taking the under, so no, I don't want 20.
Wait. So you're saying you want the under?
I'll take the under. Yeah.
I'll give
15, Adam. I'll give you 15.
Yeah,
I'll give you 10.
I'll get you a better number.
Minus 205 yards. Uh-huh. Oh, I think Tim stopped. What's it? You said 21.5?
That was weird. 21.5. I'll take the over.
Okay, I'll take the under.
Oh, wait, very good.
I'll pull a Vito. Maybe, I don't know. Let me check my website.
Let me check the watch. Let me see where the stars are tonight.
All right, I got Adam Mahomes under 21.5 rushing yards. It is a bet. Mark, who are you watching here? Who are you enjoying?
Look, I'll tell you what. I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I think a lot of people who aren't New England Patriots fans don't like Tom Brady. When the Chargers were here, not that they were in the same division or anything, but you just hate Tom Brady, right?
Right.
But he's a good quarterback, and I'll tell you, I have to admit, even though I've never liked him, I always keep thinking about Inflategate and stuff like that. But even though I don't like him, the fact that he's playing for another team now, I'm almost rooting for him to win, just to prove that he's the best. And that people who don't think he is really have very little argument left. So I have to admit I'm kind of rooting for him in that respect. Even though I want to be very clear here, I'm not a fan.
Okay. So you are in favor of rooting for I
don't like the guy, but I'm rooting for him.
Hey, that's what gamblers say. If you're a smart gambler, you say stuff like that all the time, right?
How about this? Which quarterback will have more passing attempts? The line is at 2.5, but I'll do it straight up with you if you want to take a quarterback in that matchup.
So what's
more passing attempts?
So more passing attempts, and what do you mean the line's at 2.5?
So like
you're picking which quarterback?
Yeah, so there's actually a spread on this game because they are anticipating Mahomes to have more passing attempts. So there's actually a spread.
That's the spread, 2.5.
Yeah, the spread's 2.5. But I'll just do straight up with you, no spread, if you want to take a quarterback in that matchup.
Oh, okay. I'll take Brady. Sure.
You'll take Brady?
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got Mark for Brady versus Mahomes.
By the way, we got just one in here who's like one of the best supporters of the community, by the way.
Definitely.
By the way, first of all, just 1-1. Welcome back to this community. I mean, I say welcome back because he's been off Twitter for like a year. It's been so long. Just 1-1. One of the best advocates for the community, as Adam said, he's going to match the under 21.5 charity bet. Thank you, sir, for that. Vito, have we convinced you to possibly get some action down, or have you decided you don't want it anymore?
I got to pick my favorite player and then figure out what you want to do with the guy.
No,
I mean, I don't know.
I gave you the game and I let you choose which side you wanted. It was that easy.
My real question is someone
total?
writing all this down because I'm making all sorts of bets and I don't want to be a welcher. I know I made the heads tails bet. I think I'm doing something for St. Jude now too. I said, what was that for? Was that the spread? Was that the?
All right, everybody, welcome to the last
Where's the dealer just to give me the chips when it happens here?
Hope everybody's enjoying Cousin Vito's first and last time on the Better Life Twitch TV.
I feel like I'm lighting up this chat box over here. I don't know if you're on the Twitch here. We're having a good time. I got people heckling me. I don't even know. Some people I have fantasy football people hassling me about my dynasty skills here. My non-casino hobby. Yeah, it's not me. Well, I'm going to troll myself.
It's definitely not me. I've stopped caring about fantasy.
Here, Tim, Vito, just bet on something like this. One of you take safety versus no safety, or onside kick versus non-onside kick.
I got an idea.
Overtime versus no overtime.
We got the pie gout tile here. How about I flip it? I'll PayPal you. I'll flip it. $10. I'll PayPal you. We'll PayPal it right now.
Vito,
what does the flip mean?
Vito needs to go for a little while. Vito needs
timeout.
Yeah, Vito's in timeout.
The flip means you're betting a safety will happen. I don't know what's happening.
I gave Vito every opportunity to just make a wager there.
Vito's the one who kept saying we got to bet during this
Oh
thing.
my goodness. Oh my god. Anyways, Mikey Nine's in the house. What's going on, Mikey Nines? Good to see you.
Get Mikey Nine's in here.
Really. He's the star of Vito's show anyway, right? Bring him in.
That's true. Let's see here. St. Jude's, that's a good one. I'm popping some of the charity options. Vito doesn't even know why, but he says St. Jude's it is. He doesn't know why, but it is. I'm sure I'm missing.
I do Vegas Rescue. It's a homeless shelter in Vegas. That's I've had a couple people reach out and say it's a good one. So
good.
That's what I'll be betting for.
Very good. Okay. All right. Let's bring it. Look, he looks so upset. He looks like I hurt his feelings. Let's bring him back. Vito, are you ready to look? Vito,
but you know what? Now my screen's on the others. My video screen's on the other side. Everything's different. Now I got to look this. Oh wait, no. I look this way to look at the Travel Fanboy now. How you doing? There it is. Tim.
Wait.
Vito. The window's closed. You've lost. All bets are closed. You've lost your opportunity.
We were gonna do a live flip of the pie gout tile there.
No, we're not doing that. That's not what we were doing here.
Oh man,
that's not what we were doing here. Okay, let's. I'm actually kind of surprised there isn't more sort of prompts or questions in Carl Schlegel. I mean, this is the truth right here. Everybody's drinking fancy drinks. Mark's like, fuck it with the fireball. Mark, I hope you don't. Mark, I hope you don't. I hope you're not too. I think I've said this before on the podcast, and you weren't upset. So I hope you're not upset for me repeating this now. At one time, I think we were in Foxwoods, and Mark's like, I like being drunk. I just don't like drinking.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't like
or something of that effect.
You have to go through to get to that point. Yeah,
because I think you were trying to figure out what you were going to drink, and you're like, I just want to be like, I don't want to get the process. I don't care about. I just want to be drunk. So, spoken like a. By the way, we were talking about Bally's earlier. What are the chances? What's the line on the yes that somewhere in Bally's there is still a stain from Tony Snyder puke? What are the chances that Tony Snyder has stained the carpets at Bally's?
Which Bally's? I want to make sure that's clear which Bally's we're talking
Vegas
about.
Bally's.
Oh,
Vegas,
okay, yeah.
sure, yeah. That's the spot. I was really disappointed at Vice Lounge online. Like, it seemed like Jason seemed really determined at first to take that show on his own. He was reaching out to a lot of people inside of the Vice Lounge Online Facebook group to do like some collaborations and co-hosting and stuff like that. And like anybody who podcasts, it also unfortunately has to have a real life. I think it probably just got in the way, and it's tough when it's. And I'm sure Vito and Adam, this is not meant to make fun of you guys. I'm sure you both know the longer it's been since your last episode, the harder it is to like really rally and put out a new one. That's how I feel, anyways. I don't know.
Especially when everyone in the community is like, "Oh, you never put out episodes." So it's really uplifting and really motivating to produce content, right, Vito?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's my job, honestly. It's I got the baby, I'm rocking the baby, you got the bottle, he's crawling around. And then it's like I got my job, I'm on the phone, I want to cry, I want to jump out the window. So when I get home from work now, sitting down and talking about gambling when I could barely even go to the casino. I mean, I sneak up in the morning sometimes. I've stayed a couple times. I did bring the baby up to the casinos. I don't call DCF on me, but he had a good time. He loved the bed. He was crawling around. But yeah,
now wait a minute.
It's been a long year. It's tough.
I just got to understand this because you said I took the baby up there, so it was just you.
No.
Baby Bjorn did at the craps.
Yeah, the little backpack. You ever see The Hangover? I had the thing. What we did. This is actually. I mean, I'm complimenting myself that I'm smart here. So I got the comp room. My mother got the comp room. We checked in together. I'm trying to get on the camera. We adjoined the rooms. So we had me and my wife and the baby in one room. My mother was in the next room. So we combined the rooms to a big Baby Bjorn room style here. And then I would go down play with Amanda, and then Amanda would go back, and then I play with my mom, and then they go to bed, and then I go play, and then the baby was there when I got back, and it was great.
Good. I think I figured it out about 20 seconds ago, so thank you.
Would you want me to repeat that for you?
Shift change. Yeah, we knew how it worked.
Okay. Something that if you guys are willing to talk about this, I'm asking you guys this. There was no prompt before, so look, if you just shake your head and you're like, nah. But something that Vito and I have spoken about before, something that I'm pretty sure I've spoken to Adam and Mark at some point, how being a content creator seems to sort of change the experience at the table inside the casino in a way. I think I probably express it a little bit more. Mark, you're probably going to be like, yeah, I gamble and then I talk about it on the podcast. It's sort of that easy. But I'll start with Adam because I think maybe I have the least idea of how he feels about this. I mean, for the 2 podcasts that you put out a year, Adam, do you feel like when you are so for you never going to a casino and putting a podcast out twice a year, do you feel pressured when you're in the casino to really pay attention to make sure but I mean seriously, when think back, a year and a half ago when things were normal, you were a little more into a flow, like did you find it difficult to gamble without gambling through the lens of the content creator?
No, but I feel like, to me, like I'm missing out, I think, on the push to be like responsible, and I put that in quotes, like play the best games with the best odds. Like I'm missing out on really some fun opportunities. Like I actually genuinely think roulette's a really fun game, and I feel like I've shamed myself into not playing it because of the house edge. But I feel like in aggregate, like my bets across like a craps table is probably pushing 4 to 5% anyway. So it's like, why am I not playing it? Because it's fun, it's exciting, and so I feel like doing the show and be like, oh, I can't be seen at the roulette table, especially with all this crap that I give people in the gambling Reddit threads. But I feel like that's a game I'm going to add to my repertoire again when I start going back, just because I think it's fun, especially if you can get like a good limit. Like hell, El Cortez used to have like $1 minimum. Like that was fun. So I think that's something that I'm going to continue to do, is like try to venture out, even if the odds aren't great.
Well, I feel sorry for all of the people who are playing roulette who also wear obnoxious hats and being mistaken for that guy on Reddit, and everybody be like, hey, you were talking shit to us. You're that travel fanboy guy talking shit to us. And they're like, who are you? What are you talking about?
Listen, those guys are out of their minds, by the way. And my favorite thing about gambling Reddit is they always preface it with, I crunched the numbers. And I'm always like, I don't know what numbers you're crunching, but I don't know how you arrived at this strategy that you've created.
Vito's pulled himself. He's had enough. Vito has pulled himself. Yeah. Oh, well.
Right.
Well, okay. Now we can get back to the conversation. Mark, what is, Adam brings up a good point that we feel responsible, at least many of us do, to always make sure that our audience understands the better way to bet, as in the more like the better house edge, make your money stretch, understand the odds, stuff like that. What is something that you consider advice or guidance that you provide on You Can Bet on That you find yourself most often not even listening to yourself when you're playing? And that can go for any game.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this quite a bit on the show, is that we really like to let people know what the odds are and say, hey, you're much better in the long run making a pass line bet than making a hard way bet. Or if you're at a blackjack table, you're better off following basic strategy. And here are some mistakes people make in basic strategy. But we also emphasize that the most important thing is that you have fun within your budget. So when people want to make, a bet on Keno where the house edge is 20%, or want to go play roulette, fine. If that's how you enjoy gambling, then go for it.
Yeah. 106QK. That's a very great moniker. But European roulette, I've said plenty of times on the Better Life, if I absolutely love playing single zero roulette. I do just the math of making my money. Like, I like roulette too. I can't get past the 5.5 house edge because I don't want money to get sucked up right. Like, I want to be able to play a little bit longer and make my money. But if there's a single zero roulette table, I absolutely want to play on that. Unfortunately, in Vegas, most places that have single zero roulette think of this as an excuse to raise the limits, and then it kind of bounces out that way. But I've said many times when I'm overseas and I play when there's single zero roulette, I absolutely will play it because I agree. I think it's actually a lot of fun, especially if you can find in Prison.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the same thing because I almost always bet, the even money wagers, black, red, that kind of thing. So yeah, if they've got that in Prison, then that's great.
Yeah. Vito wants us to take him more seriously now, so he's put himself in front of a microphone. Look, guys, I'm really a podcaster.
Right. Much better.
What
happened?
Okay, he's toying with me now. Someone posted something I wanted to. I believe that this is Logan. If you are someone who gambled with us in Biloxi, but Bogan says he'd rather watch two old people fornicate than play roulette.
Now, he used the wrong then, so that's in sequence, not like a comparison.
Yes. So
yeah, and I think he spelled fornicate wrong also.
So it appears that Bogan is interested
He needs to do one first, then he can play roulette.
Exactly.
That's what gets him in the mood.
The ball's dropping.
In more ways than one.
That was the joke, though.
Yeah, it was the joke. Thanks for
an
exclamation point on that.
That was the original joke. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you. I'm going to join Vito. Penalty box.
By the way, Vito definitely bought GameStop at 400. Vito definitely bought GameStop at 400. Vito!
Am I in? I'm back. I'm on my iPad now. My computer had a technical difficulty. This is the iPad I was putting those.
I don't think this was the computer.
On. So I'm on the iPad now. Luckily, I have.
iPad sounds like it's 8 miles away.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The audio is kind of syncing up with your lips, so it's not bad.
Perfect. Well, I love old school kung fu movies, so that's what I'm going for here. I hope you like it.
All right, Taylor from Net wants to know, you can bet on that poker tournament. You mentioned it got brought up, but to let people know here again, Mark, it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. We're going to do it on Selection Sunday, which I believe is March 14th. It is also the beginning of daylight saving time, so we're going to remind people, hey, be sure to move your clock so you're not late to the tournament. But yeah, we're shooting for 1 p.m. Eastern. That would be 10 a.m. Pacific, and we'll have details on our next show and probably the next couple of shows. So we get a more advanced notice than on the previous tournament we had. So yeah, it's a go.
Schlegel pointing out old people instead of 000. I think I'm with him. If I have the option, give me the show. Give me the show rather than playing 000. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been around for about 90 minutes now. This was going to be my soft stop time. I'm going to.
Come on.
Yeah. Look, just because you can't figure out how to
Do you have something to contribute still, Vito?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could talk all night. I'll talk all night. Question me. What do you want from me?
Before we go, or before I start to wrap this up, I want to give everybody, it's 8:32 Eastern. Everybody has until 8:37 to drop a question or something like us to talk about in the chat for me to bring up. Otherwise, we'll close this up. I was wondering, and we can. Who do I want to start with this? I mean, this is the part about being you have to know how to. I'm afraid to throw anything to Vito, though. I am really afraid to throw anything to Vito at this point. But, Tim Kennedy, please do more of these. This was fun. That's the plan. The plan is, whenever I have a guest on, to ask them if they're comfortable with doing this, and if they are, this is what we're going to do. And then we'll have the discussion here. It'll get downloaded. It'll hopefully get loaded to YouTube. The reason this isn't on YouTube is because there was difficulty with me standing up my channel, and then it'll get put into the podcast feed. What that means is, going on my dropping on Thursday sometime schedule, this will likely happen on a Monday or Tuesday. So this won't be a Friday thing. This will likely be a Monday or Tuesday thing when I'm working with guests. So. You're not a guest, so
I'll be sleeping anyway. What if I want to watch it?
Yeah, I have my guests for the next few weeks panned out, because Vito's not on that list.
This is a bunch of, well, here. But before you go, bring my other stream back in. I'm back.
What do you your other?
I'm back. Yeah, look at that. I'm back. That's the camera.
Vito, you could not have been a more complicated guest than you are being today.
I feel like this is a good opening show, though, because anything can happen. You don't want people to show up and they're like, I should have went to bed on Friday. I should have got some Uber Eats. I mean, we're having a good time. I'm having a good time. Let me go back to Twitch. Let's see if they're still having a good time. There's actually I had some hecklers in there. I want to tell you. I don't know. Maybe the ratings. We had some good ratings tonight for a first time, and I had several hecklers.
All right.
Just a sigh.
That's
just
fine.
A sigh from Tim.
One thing I do want to say, if I can, I mean, this is my show, this is my platform. I'll prop up I have to say, the David Hill show turned out really good. I mean, I was really, by the time that interview was over, I was really impressed on how well that turned out. So I hope everybody got a chance to listen to the latest episode of The Better Life. David Hill talking about creating the show Gamblers. I thought he did a great job. Mark, you and I are 2 weeks away from our next episode. Is that right? Or are we next week?
I think we're 2 weeks away. You're right. Yes.
2 weeks away. Yeah.
So like a week from Tuesday or whatever that would be. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then either between now and then or the episode following, Mark, Drew Dinsick at Whale Capper has tentatively agreed to come on The Better Life. So we got him coming down the pipe. Vito's acting like the stream just started. I mean, Vito is acting like we got all night to go.
I'm about to open what is this, StreamYard? I'm going to open my own StreamYard account and finish my bottle of scotch on there for the after party.
This is a great question right here. What the hell is going on? Nobody knows. I think the bet, Mark, I think what the bet is at what point in the show does the show go off the rails? That's the line, because it's going to go off the rails sooner or later, especially with these people involved. Mm-hmm. And so I think the over under would have probably been at like 59.5 minutes. And I think
very close to that.
Yeah, and I think we got just past the hour mark before things really went off the rails.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to say something. I have my hand raised.
Yes, Vito. How can I help you?
I just wanted to say that when you invited me to this, Tim, I was very excited for this. We haven't hung over a craps table together, even though you bet the don't, and I'll be on the pass line. You'll be at the other end of the table betting against me. We haven't played Pai Gow together, and I really was looking forward to this as like a social gathering for me, because when I go to the casino now, a lot of times I'm playing alone. I'm in my little plexiglass cubicle. They're washing the dice. I can't even call for the same die. Not that I could throw them off the table if I wanted to, because they hit the hockey barrier they have now. But to me, this was like a night on the town here, and I don't have to wear my mask all night. My computer's going to get COVID, but other than that, everyone's safe here. And I don't know. I know you're dogging on how the show went, but I feel like I'm having a great time, Tim.
I think we're not dogging on the show.
I feel like I had some fun
one aspect
guys.
in particular.
Are you dogging on the show with that comment, Vito? Or you?
No, I was so. I was really looking forward to this. Then I show up and there's all this stuff, and then the baby is thrown in the penalty box. I got hecklers in the chat. I mean, I just crawled out from under the rock. I'm getting beat up with baseball bats. I just wanted to make some bets for some blood, and nobody wanted to do anything fun. Big Lou, what are you saying?
No one wanted to do anything fun. We tried 8
There's somebody else heckling me in the box.
All right, I'm muting Vito. Vito's
right, and you've got some questions in the chat here that have come up. So Take a look at there.
All right, I saw someone. Okay, Vito, I'm going to bring you back here for this one question.
That's my alter ego, Mike C.
Yeah, all right. When is the next Gamblepalooza Fanboy Fan Fest? So it's Gamblepalooza, as titled Gamblepalooza, is really up to Vito. That is the one decision that we made before the last Gamblepalooza was, or the last meetup in Biloxi was even canceled, was it's only going to be Gamblepalooza if cousin Vito is there and agree that this is a Gamblepalooza. Vito, I can only imagine if you can't put out a podcast, you're probably not doing a Gamblepalooza. The other meetups that we attempt to do, there's Vegas Vacation in June. There's Travel Zork Light, and it's too bad I should have asked him this before he got off. Traeger's trying to put together a day meetup in December in Vegas called Zork Fest Light or something like that. I think he's shared that in his Travel Zork Facebook group. Otherwise, when it comes to like official meetups where we're like telling people to come out and trying to organize something, that's kind of it right now. I plan on being in Biloxi towards the end of April. It's not a meetup. If you happen to be there, I'll find a way for us to maybe gamble with each other. But I'm not organizing anything, right? There's no like I'm probably not even gonna like do like a happy hour thing because I don't want to like invite people to congregate in a small area right now, right? So, but I want to invite you to come be in the casino. But and then I will be in Vegas in June. So. Vito, I'm afraid to ask, but unless you have anything else to add to the Gamblepalooza question, I'll move on.
Well, I do, Tim.
Okay.
I got a novel I read. Let me pull it out. I got my transcript. No, but I mean, I am very excited to do another Gamblepalooza. Biloxi would have probably happened. The problem was not the problem. I had the baby here. I didn't have the baby. My wife had the baby. I was in the room. This is going off the rails now. What time is it? What's the over/under on that? But honestly, I'm going to Foxwoods February 19th. If everyone wants to come up, it's 4 times tier credit. So I'll be going up there. I'm going to be doing the Tim Biloxi. I'm going to go. I'll be there. I'll have a cocktail. I won't invite you to hang out with me, but if you're in the neighborhood, give me a text because I'll be there on February 19th. But honestly, Fanboy, I don't know about you. Once we get the vaccine going, I'm ready to rock and roll. I would love to go back to Atlantic City. I would like to have something at Foxwoods. And I know my buddy Chris, we want to go up to Springfield. Fanboy, we got to get you back up here. Have you been to Foxwoods and Mohegan? Were you at the Gamblepalooza at Mohegan and Foxwoods?
No, and there was a question in the chat about what place in the United States would I want to gamble at I haven't been to yet. I mean, Biloxi's up there, but I think Foxwoods is probably a close second.
I'll go, you know what? Let's set it up then. Once we get the masks off, the shots in, me and you will set it up. We'll go to Foxwoods and Mohegan. We'll do the tour. Then we'll go to Springfield. It'll be like a little New England casino, foliage tour. We'll do it in the fall.
I like how you'll waffle on a simple sports bet, but you'll plan an entire itinerary live in front of
I can't keep track of when I'm betting. So it's like I want to gamble on the game. I'm gonna have $200 in charity bets that I don't even remember. That I'm gonna wake up and be like, $200. It was a tails, and the Mariah Carey showed up and he bet $100 on that.
Hold on, Vito. You couldn't decide if you want, at the very beginning, you said, I wanted Tampa Bay 3.5. I offered it to you, and you're like, whoa! Well,
I wanted to flip a pie gow tile for a $25 PayPal bet, but I got banned for that.
That's a smart bet.
Adam, I imagine this is the question you're referring to here from Meddlesome on American City to Gamble, and they haven't been to yet. Is this what you were?
Yeah, it's an awesome question too. I think there's some really cool. I mean, I love gambling in New Orleans. I think, there's one casino basically there that's worth going to, but Biloxi's up on the list.
Give me Colorado. I know it's not a city, but give me Colorado as the destination that I want to go gambling. Mm-hmm. I haven't yet. Yeah. By the way, going back to Circa, Circa is in Colorado. I believe that they
Circa
may
Sport.
be in Iowa. Yeah, Circa Sports. Yeah, Circa Sports is in Colorado. Circa Sports, I believe, is trying to get into Iowa soon, and I have my fingers crossed that Virginia may be soon to follow. But we shall see. But Circa Sports, the whole Circa enterprise doing great things for gamblers and such. Mark, what is your answer to this question? I'm sure it's one you get asked often, but give us one.
Yeah, sorry, nothing original here. Biloxi for sure. I've never been. Dr. Mike's never been. We were going to go before the pandemic hit. And then I was also going to say Colorado, especially with the limits going away right now. They've got $100 max on any single bet, and that's going away in May. So, they're going to be full-blown casinos. Love to go to Colorado.
This is a great point from Carl that I missed. His intro says he's direct from the bar. He gave you a heads up. That's a great. I mean, I don't know why. I didn't think of that before.
Thank you, Kyle.
It's our fault.
Vito here.
Our fault.
Yeah, it is our fault. Scrolling down. Maybe I'm missing.
Do I have time to have another cocktail while we're in here? Or are you going to cut me off? Should I pour another?
I mean,
you can actually drink once we're done, Vito, too. So you don't have to stop when we're done.
You guys have to understand. I miss you guys. I'm drinking because I'm with you. I'm not drinking just to drink. When I'm alone,
so we're
I
enablers?
sit here.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, normally I read the Bible and cry at night. And tonight you guys are with me. I want to have some cocktails. Do we have time for one more cocktail? Can you at least give me that, Tim?
I don't know why the Bible got dragged into this. that was kind of bizarre.
I actually failed at a catechism, by the way. Sorry.
Reads the Bible
shocking.
and cries.
Here's the thing, Vito.
No, I didn't fail. I quit catechism. I quit. So do I have time for one more?
As much as I love you, Vito, I don't think you do.
We got 34 people watching, though. There's 34 people here. You can cut that out if that's too little for you, but
okay, well, enough of that. Who's this guy coming and talking shit to me about my followership when he puts out? I know I can't get Daniel Negreanu on the podcast, but god damn it, doesn't mean you need to talk shit,
I mean, that quote, and Mississippi Rob pulled it up. I'm not drinking at you guys. I'm drinking with you. Is one of my favorite things that anybody's ever said.
Oh my god!
You gotta get him back in here. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
he's drinking with us, not at us.
Tim, do I have time for one more?
You get just
hey Vito.
There's 1,034 people watching. I mean,
for it.
I know there's only 34. You don't have to lie to me.
You know what the crazy part is? I thought that was good for the first time. To me, it was a compliment. I'm sorry that you thought it was an insult. I was trying to compliment you.
I'm on Vito's side here.
Thank you. Heads, the head side.
Oh, but he said only
and actually hat guys
when he said it.
Hat guys. Look at the hat guys.
Goodness.
Black t-shirts versus hat guys. All right, can I? One
Vito,
more.
No, you're done. Go ahead.
I'll allow it.
You have a child.
He's sleeping. He'll sleep till 5 a.m. I'll be up throwing up by then.
Vito, you're more than welcome to pour yourself a drink. I'm not we're not going to extend this. This has gone off the rail 3 times now, and I can tell you there's one common denominator for every time this has gone.
But are we having a good time? Is the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure there ever were rails.
Tim, are you having a good time? Mark, you having a good time? The chat box is lighting up here. Wait a minute. Oh, we got Bogan. I'm going to say hi, Bogan. Look at that. There we go. One more cocktail. We'll do it.
All right,
that's not a cocktail. That's just
it's actually a warm glass with scotch in it. It's neat. It's extra neat and warm.
It's what they call me, Tim Motherhand Lawson.
Hey, cheers, Vito. I appreciate where I'm going.
Thank you. Yeah, heads, guys, hat guys.
Cheers, everybody. This was good. Let's get a little farewell.
Tim, what do you got? Something else going on? Why are you trying to get out of here? I haven't seen you in like 2 years here. You don't want to hang out with me? This is my Friday night, Tim.
I do intend when this is over to download it and then edit it to put into a podcast. So every minute that I have to rein you in is another minute that I have to bother.
In all fairness, you could wait up to 4 months and I wouldn't be offended.
Oh man. I mean, you say 4 months, is it as if you listen to the show? I appreciate that, though. I do appreciate that.
In your defense, I barely listen to any shows anymore.
I'm just giving you a hard time. It's nice of you to
What I like is the travel fanboy schedule. I go to my phone once every 6 months. I listen to 20 minutes, and I'm up to date. It's the greatest thing ever. I like it. The micropods, we call them. Micropods, but macro release dates. I can't believe I said that after all this scotch, to be honest with
you. Cheers. That's right. Carl saying, are you not entertained? Look at this. Look at a little wave thing here. Is everyone having fun? Bougie
That was me. That was me actually asking her.
Yeah,
I think
keep
put that up in the little
Vito's,
box there. I want to
comments up
see it.
there. We're not getting enough Vito.
Vito, do you need to see your thing? Like, oh my goodness, it's so cool how you can do that.
Actually, Vito, I'm having fun. I don't know about the other Brady Bunch squares here. I know the guy with the hat's having fun, but the two black T-shirts are pretty pissed off at me right about now.
So something I've thought about doing. If I can dig into my nerd bag here, and you guys can make fun of me all you want, or you can whatever. Give me your honest opinion. I have thought about. So I am a player of tabletop role playing games. I enjoy Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. I'm a fan of that stuff. I have thought about writing a gambling themed one shots where the dungeon crawl is like an old casino.
You would have to explain what a dungeon crawl is to me. I know.
Oh man, the power. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. A dungeon crawl is like, if anybody's ever played like Diablo or something like that, that's like a dungeon crawl. You go into you go into an area and just sort of crawl it and kill things. Anyways, Vito, you're in. You're
Oh, sorry. My keyboard clocking.
Vito is in the chat yelling at me in the chat to let him back in. He was already in for minutes.
Tim, I don't know. I feel like these Friday nights could be a good thing. No one go out for COVID. This is kind of fun. I feel like this is the most fun I've had.
Isn't it really late where you guys are though? Isn't it like super late now?
Nah, baby went to bed like 2 hours ago. He's only been crying
it's pretty
for
late for you guys, I think. Yeah, it's a little late.
I'm ready till sunrise.
I hope some kid trying to watch Minecraft on Twitch accidentally stumbled in here at some point, and so Vito deep in a good living.
I feel like this is tame for Twitch. Not that I've ever been on Twitch, but knowing the internet, I feel like me having some scotch is like the most wholesome thing going on here.
I think you're thinking of OnlyFans. I think you're having.
Oh yes, now I'm probably.
Yeah,
that's hats only. Yeah.
How long was it? How long ago did we talk about gambling or casinos? How long ago was that?
You wanted us to do like some Final Fantasy crafts game or something?
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. Adam, you can make fun of me, but one of the last times that I've played a role-playing game, you were involved. So
listen, I was playing at you, not with you. Okay, I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
That was.
I honestly thought, did you guys keep doing that? Because I thought you guys just kept playing and then didn't invite me back again because you hated how I was playing because I was so bad at it.
Okay. So backstory before this becomes a stupid inside joke that no one gets. Tony Snyder, when we were when we were in Chicago for that meetup there, Tony Snyder brought up that he found some Indiana Jones themed role-playing game that he saw like when he was younger, wanted to see if he could find it again and play it. And I was like, wait, if you find it, I'll write it for you. So he ends up finding it and he sends it over to me. It's Indiana Jones and it's like this archaic rule set that like hasn't been used since the 90s. I could not like really figure out how to but I found like a really simple way to run it. Him, Jason, a couple of their friends, and Adam all joined for this. I think it ended up being like a 7-hour session. It was quite long.
So long.
It was, don't say it like that, like you didn't enjoy it. And you could have bounced at any time. And then afterwards, I was like, all right, well, I guess I can do Adam, to answer your question. No, we didn't do it again because it didn't seem like there was enough interest to continue doing that. And it's true when Tony asks you to role play, you have to make sure with Tony that you definitely get clarification on what it is that he's asking here. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up.
Oh no!
What am I gonna do?
No,
I gotta go hang out with my wife.
Vito, let's start with you.
No, I want a copy of Travel Fanboy's answers. Go to him first.
Vito, let's start with you. Is there can we expect anything from Cousin Vito's Casino podcast in the near-ish future, whatever that means for your podcast?
You guys want the inside scoop?
Yes.
All right. I have a couple interviews lined up, but I've been stalling. So one interview I have a gambling lawyer who we were going to do an episode, and I actually, it's my fault that I didn't get it done because
we don't want to hear from Rudy Giuliani.
No, it's not Giuliani. It's not Giuliani. But if it was, it'd probably get a lot more downloads. But I have a gambling lawyer, and we're going to do So You Want to Open a Casino. He's a lawyer in a specific state that he wants to talk about how you could open a casino in the state, how you bid on the gaming license, the liquor license. I have that episode that I have on the deck. I also have one where I have a trading card guru. I don't want to say guru, but a trading card expert, somebody who collects and trades cards and sells cards. So for me during this lockdown, I've been holding them up. I've been like doing these case breaks on high-end cards. So you get like autographs. We got Devin Hester autographs. I got all sorts of numbered cards. What's this? We got a Tariq Cohen. Look at that. Game-worn jersey card with auto. So I was going to have a sports card dealer on to do gambling on sports cards because that's something you could do from home. You could go on eBay, buy into box breaks. I don't know, Tim, do you know anything about the sports card world now? Boxes, there's boxes that are over $1,000. You're talking over $1,000 a box, and there's like 5 cards in the box. So the sports card, I mean, the sports card hobby arena has been picking up lately in price. So I have somebody set up for that. And of course, I have my Trip Reports, Big Lou's in the chat box. I've been having him lined up and blowing him off because I got Craig Carton and all the other guys. So, but did you guys hear the Carton interview? Did anyone enjoy the problem gambling interview? It felt weird, but was it okay?
Stop. Look, Vito.
Oh, here we go.
Vito, we don't need the. Did you guys even listen to it?
Like, well, no, you're Vito, my peers. Vito, I mean, you could delete this, but
multiple of many of us praised you publicly on Twitter for how good of an interview.
I don't follow what people write on Twitter. I'm talking to you now.
Including my better half, Eric Rosenthal. He came out of the Panama dungeon to let you know how much he thought that was a good episode. You gotta understand.
I don't associate you and Eric as twins. I associate Eric as Eric, and he said, "Oh, great job," because he's a New Jersey sports guy. But I'm asking you as Tim Lawson. You're not a New Jersey sports guy. Did you enjoy the interview with Craig Carton? And I know Travel Fanboy, he actually trolled me. I typed something on Twitter about Craig Carton. He was like, "Oh, he robbed from the hedge funds, that bastard." So,
by the way, if you're a non-Jersey sports fan, you have plenty of legitimate reasons to not like Craig Carton.
What did Craig Carton do to you? I want to know, because I was like,
do you really not know about Craig Carton being a complete and utter racist? Is that like news to you?
No, I swear to God, I have no clue he was ever racist.
Let's pump the bigotry brakes real quick.
Beyond my disdain for Craig Carton, I still thought it was a good interview.
Okay, thanks.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right, Tim, what about you? Did you like it?
I did enjoy it. Yes, I enjoyed the podcast. Look, even though I may or may not be subscribed to your guys' podcast at the time you guys release episodes,
he hasn't come out with one in 2 weeks.
I do listen to your episodes when they get brought out. Although, Adam, I hope you understand, I may not listen to the Intro to Sports Betting podcast. Unless you think there's something in there that I'm going to enjoy or
you could listen to the past 2 Super Bowls when the cousin Vito did the same podcast with Sportsbook Tom.
Yeah, because you stole him from me. I had Sportsbook Tom on like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, it's possible. I'm a big thief, actually. Right?
Yeah. Tim, run your meeting. Tim, take control of your meeting.
Yeah. Thank you. So I think that there's got to be at least 3 lines that can be made for any one of these that go on, right? So one of them is at what minute mark, the over/under on a minute mark in which the conversation goes off the rails, and then I think the other one is how many times does it go off the rails? That's definitely an over/under on how many times it goes off the rails, and then I think a really good one. The amount of time from the first mention of wrapping up the stream to actually ending the stream, the over/under on the amount of time in between that and the actual end of the stream. Those are the 3 lines that I think need to be up for every time I do one of these. But Vito, you have your hands up like you're guilty.
I have a question for you, Tim. Now, I know you want to do this on Monday nights when we all have work the next day. I know you want to do it on Tuesday night after we're all tired from Monday night. But if we were to do this on another Friday, I feel like a good over/under would be how many times Tim has to mute cousin Vito during the live stream. I don't know. I feel like we have magic here with these 4 Brady Bunch boxes going on. I mean, even though Mark looks a little real perturbed with me right now, I feel bad. I mean, and we've been at the table together.
My resting face.
Oh my God, Tim, I'm sorry. Or Tim, I'm sorry, and Mark, I'm sorry. Adam, I'm not sorry because we're the hack
So
guys.
here's the thing. I would feel bad, but I feel like Mark and I have good enough rapport that if he wanted to go, he'd be like, "All right, fellas, I've had enough here."
I do
go.
like the Bewitched shirt. I like the Bewitched shirt.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's got
But wait, the real
right here,
question:
too.
Dick York or Dick Sargent? That's
Dick
the real
York.
question.
Yeah, Dick York.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
You should get the hat
No
guy on,
question.
put the sweater on, get the black T-shirt off. I'm a Dick York guy myself.
Yeah.
Tim,
That
Dick.
that has to be your best contribution to this entire stream.
I can
It's
talk classic
asking-
TV. You want to talk Mary Tyler Moore?
Vito's
Van
dick
Dyke,
question
Taxi.
just takes it. Yeah.
1 hour, 58 minutes, and 22 seconds is when Vito got off a question that I actually thought kind of contributed.
I
to
feel
the,
like I really added to at least the chat box.
you did.
Hang on,
Agreed.
I will give you a round of applause. I have seen you in the chat box plenty. I do appreciate you interacting with everybody there. Okay, Vito did his thing there. Adam, you just put out a podcast. I'm sure it's gonna. I know you have to rest. Had to really put some thinking into it, but I mean, I don't want to get too philosophical on this, but I mean, as someone who where travel and everything's kind of limited, what do you sort of see coming for TFB down the line?
I'm having Craig Carton on my next episode.
What the hell is going on? Oh
That's
my
wonderful.
God! And then Daniel Negreanu's going to come
That's
and
gonna be
chime
so
in for the
good.
trip report.
I'm gonna get William hung this time. Man, really.
What a bunch of bull!
Yo,
That was
I
pretty
mentioned
funny though. That was
I
a good
mentioned
get,
this in the
right? I was
chat
like,
earlier. Vito went from like William Hung as a guest to Negreanu in like 2 episodes. It's insane.
I'm a charmer.
But anyway, to answer your question, doing a lot. I'm going to be stealing a little bit from Bougie Miles, who's been in the chat all night. She's awesome. But doing a lot more hotel, casino matchups, loyalty, those kinds of things. Hopefully, as vaccines roll out, I can get to the Chicago casinos at least and play some games and maybe play some roulette and watch some old people in honor of Bogan.
Good. Very good. Mark, I know that if there's anything to say about You Can Bet on That coming up, mentioning here. Also, I'll let you take the lead on your the next podcast you and I will be doing together.
Yeah, so you can bet on that. Business as usual. We like to kind of talk about our trips up to the casino in the first half, maybe touch on some topics that listeners have provided, and then take some phone calls. So business as usual on You Can Bet on That. And then on our next episode, we're going to be looking at the classic TV comedy Cheers and some episodes that have very specific gambling themes to them. So looking forward to that.
Very good. I have February 18 is so yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, good.
Yeah, is when that episode will drop. And assuming our schedule remains the same, Mark, assume the Tuesday before, we can actually just say this now. The Tuesday before is when we'll record, and we'll likely be here on Twitch for everybody to view.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, if we can pull that off. And then for future episodes, I think we need to maybe pick a single movie to look at. We've been talking about a lot of TV shows. We've been, that James Bond thing, that was great.
Yeah.
But maybe, pick out a movie that maybe people aren't as familiar with, like Owning Mahoney, if it's available. We talked about Pool Hall Junkies that's just impossible to find right now. But I think that'd be great to, dig into a gambling movie that maybe people haven't seen before. So,
do you have a copy of Pool Hall Junkies?
Yes,
you do.
Yeah, I think Dr. Mike has it right now, but yes, one of our listeners sent it to us. Yeah,
we're gonna do that anyways. Then, even though it's not available streaming, if I hopefully in the next few weeks will get a copy myself. I don't have one yet, but when I do, even though it's not streaming, we'll do it because it's one of my favorite movies. I think it's a lot of fun.
Good. Perfect. Good.
Two for the Money is one that I actually had.
That's another good example. Yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Yep, that's one that I thought of actually today that you and I should go over. So, very good. And then, where's the after party? I don't know. Vito needs to go live on Periscope. That's what he needs to do. Vito, just go live on Periscope.
At this rate, it's OnlyFans.
Does anyone else have a StreamYard account that I could hop on? I'm down. I still got, what have I got left? I got a little over half a bottle of the Glenlivet cask. This is my Friday night, guys. Mark, you want to play some Pike Out Tiles?
It's our Friday night
quiz.
Too, I don't know where you live.
Well, what are you going to go do? What do you got going on? Oh, look. Oh, Oh, here we go. Okay, I like this. All right, Mark's going to do something. Tim's turning the lights off there. What's he doing? He's reaching behind his head there.
My stupid green screen decided it wants to like follow.
Oh, see, Tim, this isn't green screen. This is where I live. This is reality behind Cousin Vito. This stupid light and these dumb pictures. Did you see this? This is the Vegas Strip here. We got Atlantic City. I have all my favorite places in the world. Look, I even got a scratch-off ticket behind me. See that?
It's amazing.
This is when I know we probably need to wrap up. My green screen's like, I am done. I am like, it's like fun to follow. Hey, you got a tile set.
Yeah,
nice tile set.
And this was actually from, I forgot what. Oh shit! I forgot which casino this is from.
Here's mine. I didn't drop any. Look at this. Boy,
look, we should have opened it like
Adam,
this.
hold yours up. Adam, hold yours up.
Guy. Damn.
So I can't thank the person who sent me this now because I'd have to go back and look for the message. And I do apologize to the person that I can't remember their names. But a listener actually found this in attic or storage or something like that and offered it to me. Very kind of them. So I have a tile set.
Nice.
Yeah. You can guess how much I know about tiles at this point. Not a thing. Okay. At 2 minutes, 2 hours, 4 minutes, finally gonna wrap
Feels
this
like
up.
only 2 minutes though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to stop.
Yes, we have to
I'll
stop.
keep going.
I'm losing
This
it over
is
here.
the-
I don't know if
this is the godfather of live streams.
I've been tearing up. I've been laughing so hard at some things. I am starting to lose it a little bit. So I do appreciate everybody coming in for what is essentially the first official stream that we've been doing. Mark Duvall from You Can Bet on That, always a fan favorite. Look, someone in the chat mentioned that that You Can Bet on That is their favorite, with The Better Life as a second favorite. I like to think that maybe we're tied when you're on the show.
And they also mentioned me as their second favorite.
Yeah, in the convalescent home, it's a great hit. Yeah,
it's actually my grandmother that wrote that.
Vito, for as much shit as I've been giving you, thank you so much.
We've had some fun, right, Tim? Yeah. I mean, this is how we are in person, though. This is like how we were at Game of Palooza.
True.
We're kind of like weird allies, arch nemesis type of thing going on here, where you kind of poo-poo my pass line, you poo-poo my clearly over drinking, and I have a CBD pen here to calm me down.
It's working.
I might need to get a stronger prescription.
You might want to go back.
I've been ripping this thing all night.
Next time, just ship one to all of us, please.
Kidding. I think that's what we need for this. Adam, I can't thank you enough for joining me. Something that I don't really make too public there, but I'm going to say here. There's never a time that I ask you to be a part of something where you say no. So I do appreciate you participating in just about everything that I throw your way, even though I cancel it when I decide it's not any good. But I do appreciate your participation in all that we do. And this was fun.
I hope your continued series with Mark Duvall goes swimmingly.
It's really popular.
It's a big success.
Really
didn't you? I'm trying to remember. Didn't you have? I must be misremembering. Yeah, this series has been nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
This will happen. This will hopefully happen again early next week if next week's guest is cool with it. If not, February 16 is likely when Mark and I will record our better viewing of Cheers. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Good night. Good luck. Did you just laugh?